Welcome to Let's Talk Jets Radio.
Mr. Primetime.
Rest in peace, true legend, icon, John Madden.
Yeah, man. That's, what's crazy about that is, growing up for me, John Madden and Pat Summerall were the guys, dude. Like, when they did a broadcast on TV, it was much must-watch football. He had the big game feel. And he also taught us a lot about football. He taught me a lot about football, too, just how he broke it down. But he's also like a personality as a broadcaster. Man, he was just such an icon, man. That's a terrible, terrible loss, and thoughts with his family. But that sucks, man.
Yep.
So what's up, everybody? Welcome to our Tuesday night show, where it is all about you guys, not us. You heard us last night. Tonight, you can express your thoughts, no matter how good or bad they are.
I'm worried about tonight. I don't know why.
Why?
Got a funny feeling there's going to be some mixed reactions to the win.
What's up, Nick? How you doing, man? What could possibly be wrong tonight, man? Oh. So yeah, I mean, obviously everybody's talking about John Madden. It's just a terrible, terrible loss. What's we got here? Hello to everybody. What's up, balls? This is just this already. The chat's out of control, man. Damn. Hope everyone had a good day. I spent all day telling Finns fans their team is still
mid.
Still mid. What
does
that
mean?
Mid? I mean,
mid-tier?
Listen, you can love or hate the Dolphins. They've won 8 in a row. So
7
in a row. They're 1-7, and now they're.
Weren't we in the same spot standing wise, like right before we played them that first time?
Yep, and they've been rolling since.
Yeah.
So, what else we got here? Yeah, Madden did so many different things, man. Even Eric, he broke down plays in ways I can understand. He became a personality. He did a lot of commentary, a lot of funny stuff too. He just treats it just a trendsetter, man. He transcended the game in so many different ways, man. It was pretty remarkable. So what's up, everybody? What's up, Jack? What's up, Donald? I'm glad you guys are getting your shirts too. It's cool to see everybody post them on social media. We definitely appreciate that. It's always cool. What else we got here? Oh, vanilla. Okay. Mid's a weed term. I have no idea, man.
What? Never heard that.
2 picks in the top 10. What's there to be unhappy about? I agree, man. I completely agree. There's a lot of good things. We'll go over all of them. I may have bought a Christmas miracle. I bought a McDermott jersey on Saturday.
No
what?
Way. I don't
There's no way. You gotta show it, man. You gotta show it to us. If we don't see it, we don't believe you.
There's no way. Do not believe that.
Listen, man, we have sent Tyrone the links to these shows. He is MIA. I don't know if he's gallivanting, if he's enjoying the holiday, the New Year's, or I don't know what he's doing, man.
Uh-oh.
He isn't. I didn't text him, but he usually texts us if he's gonna be late. He hasn't even texted us. I don't know what he's doing, man. Don't know. I guess we got.
Come on, where's my money, man?
Where's my money? Where's my money? What's up, Darren? Sorry to see that your Browns are struggling.
Oof.
What's up, everybody? His last name is McDermott. Well, that makes sense then. Still got to see it though.
And you get the 69 jersey too.
You guys see the video of Zach getting the waitress game tickets? Absolutely, man. It's a good gesture, man. He's a nice kid. Give back. I wish we'd hear more about stories like that than all the other nonsense that we get. That you see in the media sometimes. What's up in New Hampshire? Only positivity tonight. Interesting about Berrios. Have we extended Berrios yet, fellas? 4 years, $20 million. I messaged Joe Corey today. Joe Corey is a former agent. He's a cap guy, contract guy. He had a couple good points. And the second point he made was really interesting with Keelan Cole. We gave Keelan Cole 1 year, $5.5 million with $5 million guaranteed. You end up paying above that. So you're looking at probably $6 million a year for Berrios, at least.
You think it's going to go on? You think it's going to go on what the Jets paid their free agents versus what not versus what the league averages for kick returners?
Well, the league average, what he had was still 4.5. So in terms of just negotiating and leverage, he's going to be over $5 million per year.
But they paid Keelan Cole more to come in as a receiver, no?
But look at the productivity compared to two. What they paid him and what he gave you, and what Berrios is giving you as a kick returner. But he also used Agnew as another example too of like a similar contract, and that was 4.5 this year. So you're looking at over probably close to $6 million a year for Berrios. You want to keep him.
Yeah, that's what I said last night, right?
Yep.
4 years, $6 million per year.
So if that's what you want to pay him, you have to buckle up and pay him. As long as the Seahawks lose, we can win. I'm sure our good friend Jose has strong feelings about that because the Seahawks keep losing. What else we got here?
It's win-win for Jose.
Yeah, that's right. He's becoming a bigger fan of us.
One of his teams is going to have a nice pick.
Tyrone needs to take a pay cut. Just bought that Trust the Process shirt. Well, thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. We're getting got the new hoodie on. Love this thing, man. It's comfortable as hell. So
I was wearing the hoodie before. Fits good.
Let's see. We got pay the man his money. A lot of takes on Berrios. Pay Cheerios. He deserves it. All right. So we could do is we can go to the callers and see what they got to say tonight. We will go to what we got here. We're going to go to Bubs first. What's up, man?
Hello. Thanks for having me on again.
You did great last week, man. You got like a little fan base now. Everybody liked your call.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So what'd you think about Sunday?
I thought it was a good game. First off, it does stink to see John Madden pass away, especially with them just coming out with his documentary a couple of days ago on Christmas. Yep. I mean, he completely, if you think about it, really just evolved the whole broadcasting and everything like that. Was one of the first broadcasters ever to really like draw the lines and stuff to show everything. Yep. So it stinks to definitely a legend at the NFL and everything like that is losing. But to get to the game on Sunday, I was rooting for a win on Sunday. I know fan base was a little split. Some of the fans wanted a loss. Some of them wanted a win. Just for my own well-being, I couldn't possibly sit there and be rooting for the Jets to lose to the 12 Jaguars. I just couldn't do it. I wanted the Jets to win. I wanted to see progress from Wilson and wanted to see progress from this offense and everything like that. And I thought we got that, on Sunday I thought we got to see a lot of good progress and got to see a lot of positive signs. And I remember when I came on last week on Tuesday of last week, we were talking about how the best he's played this season was 2 quarters, 2 good quarters of football. And I felt like on Sunday, was the first time this year he really put a full game together. And this offense as a whole, I felt like it was the first time really put a full game together. Now, was it perfect? No. Was it pretty? No. There was definitely a couple splash plays helped us. The 52-yard run and then obviously the 103-yard kickoff return by Berrios. But he limited the mistakes. He made the throws he needed to make. And he just looked like Wilson when he was out there. He just simplified the game. And he just took what the defense was giving him. And we were able to get the win. It was a little iffy down the stretch. Yeah, you had a couple of the 4th downs and then a couple of the times in the red zone where he couldn't convert. And that game very well could have been a 10, 13-point win than just a 5-point win. But I thought Wilson had good command of the offense and definitely showed a lot of good signs. And the offense as a whole, like I said, because throughout the year, we've seen so many times where they play good first half, come out in the second half, and they just look lost.
Well, the other thing too is second half. But look at how many players they were missing, man. Like they were missing so many players. Like they overcame a lot of different things. And it's like he missed 3 receivers, 2 offensive linemen. Then McGovern got hurt late in the game. Yeah. No tight end. I mean, to do all these things without the quarterback coach and out the head coach. I mean, it's just like there was a lot of things they had to deal with on Sunday.
Yeah, and all the COVID and moving and all the mixing parts. I mean, a lot of those guys, Wilson probably has only taken a few snaps with in practice or whatever. And, and there was no real chemistry. You're just a crazy week of, all virtual meetings and only seeing each other in person for practice. It was pretty much just like last year. But it was definitely good to see the offense get a flow and good to see that. Another thing I wanted to say was based off of like the offensive stuff, the more and more I watch this team, and I don't want to get too ahead of myself because we still are 4-11. It's not a perfect year by any means. We definitely have had a lot of ups and downs. We've had a lot of low moments this year, but one of the players that has really impressed me, especially coming off of being injured, is Michael Carter. I mean, the guy's he's so much he's a guy that does not go down after taking the first hit, bounces off tackles, get hit behind the line of scrimmage and make what looks like maybe it would be a 3-yard loss, turns it into a 5-yard gain. I mean, that's like for all these years of the Jets going back and forth between running backs and paying all the money to Le'Veon Bell. It's like, it looks like the Jets finally, and like I said, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but the way Michael Carter is playing, it really looks like we finally got a guy that can not only be a threat in the backfield, running the ball, but can also be a threat in the receiving game. And I like to see, I've liked how they've kind of paired him and Tevin Coleman together and kind of give them, 50-50 snaps because, Carter is a rookie. He's young. You don't want to give him all the snaps. He's still got to learn and still got to, ease into things. But that's been a really positive sign to see. And, the more him and Wilson can build chemistry and the more him and Wilson could just get the more and more playing time, it's only going to be, it's only going to lead into bigger and better things moving forward in the future of this franchise. So that was really great to see. And, the defense was all right. We kind of got bailed out late there with, I believe, what was it? Didn't Lawrence spike the ball or something?
Yeah,
like
13 seconds left.
Which, that wasn't smart. And I don't know what the Jaguars were thinking about running the ball down the stretch when they had the ball. It was like they were it was
Brian
like
Schottenheimer, man. Come on.
Yeah. And
that's what he does.
Seen that before.
They ran the ball. And it boggled my mind. So we did get bailed out a little bit by a couple of those, but the defense still is a work in progress.
Dude, they had, but yeah, we got bailed out. We started a safety that they signed on Thursday.
Yeah.
Like they had no safeties. You had Quinnen Williams was out right before the game. John Franklin Myers was out. Dude, like with all the things that were out there, like listen, sometimes it's good to get a break. It's like how many games this year the Jets get screwed on a bad call, bad break, bad bounce, whatever it is. Sooner or later, football gods come back and you get a couple breaks, you win the game. Like shit happens sometimes. You take advantage of it and you win. That's it.
You definitely make a great point there. One of the safeties, Parks or whatever, I didn't even know. I never even heard of the guy.
And he played well.
I see him. Yeah, he played pretty well. He had a couple nice tackles. I'm like, well, hey, he's doing his job. But yeah, that was good to see. So overall, I thought it was just a good team performance. And like I said, just for my own well-being, after what we had to go through last year as Jets fans, I just could not possibly sit there and root for a loss against the Jaguars. And I know you guys obviously went to the game, and especially if you were at the game and you paid tickets and you paid for parking and you did all that, if you were sitting there rooting for the Jets to lose to the Jaguars, I just couldn't do it. So I was definitely glad to see them get a win. And I definitely saw a lot of good positives. Wilson, I felt like, like I mentioned earlier, the numbers don't fully show it. It's not like he passed for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, but he definitely took a good command of the offense.
Well, he didn't have to, man.
The short throws. Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't have to. If you run for 250 yards, I mean, you don't have to worry about throwing a ball for 300 yards. Like, I mean, that's a big difference there too. Like Michael Carter had over 100 yards, so that's good. It's like the one thing is like you keep talking about the win. The win is even better when young guys are contributing. Michael Carter has 100 yards. Zach Wilson has that 52-yard thing. Braxton Berrios does things. You see Pennick make big plays. Like Bryce Hall did good things. Like it's all young guys contributing. Guys that are going to be here next year. That's the most important thing. It's like young playmakers showing progress that are going to be here next year that hopefully can become your building blocks and your nucleus. So it's all positive, man. Like I'll be honest with you. On Monday, I was happy as hell. I'm like, dude, we're all positive Jet fans. We're enjoying a win. Zach Wilson shows we're all getting glimmers of hope now. So just a little bit of progress, a little bit of growth, especially with all the stuff they dealt with. Like, how the hell are you mad, man? It's like, dude, people like, it's like, oh, well, they only won by this or they only did that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. And sometimes as a fan, just enjoy it. Like, I can't wait for Jake to come out with his little bullshit. Like, well, 1 yard away. I don't give a fuck. It could be 3 inches away. I do not care. So when I wake up, they won the game. It's all that matters.
Yep.
Does Zach Wilson play well? Yes, that's all that matters. It's okay to just enjoy things.
But would you agree, though, that if we shit the bed the next 2 weeks, that it kind of takes away from the win?
That's the NFL, dude. That's why everybody today has all these proclamations.
just again, like just playing devil's advocate again for a second, because I was there with you. I was enjoying the win. But if we shit the bed the next 2 weeks, what's the value in being one yard away from a win or a loss versus Jaguars?
And what if we don't?
Well, that's the point. If we do, then you can point to this game and say, all right,
only as good as your last performance.
So, but that's my point. But if now we don't, did this win really have any value? And I understand
now if we do,
that's all well and good.
This win right now
but you even
is
just
a
said yourself. Also, like the defense had so many guys that were out. Like, are these guys even going to be back next year? Like, I get the portion of the fan base that's still looking at the 1 or 2 picks, saying an impact player could have more value than that 1 yard versus the Jaguars.
But see, it's just well, if this, if that, maybe this, maybe that. Only thing I know is the Jets beat the Jaguars, and I enjoyed it. I honestly don't give a fuck about your draft picks. The Jets have two picks in the top 10. Works for me. If you want to sit here and bitch and moan about you didn't get your defensive end, I genuinely don't give a fuck. Call somebody else. I don't care. I'm going to enjoy it. And the NFL, like every other team, is you're only as good as this performance. Now, if you go out next week and lay a dud to the Buccaneers, we're all going to come on like, I can't believe they did this. Then they go out and play good against the Bills. It's like a week-by-week league, dude. That's just the way it is now.
And that's the one part that makes it easier to enjoy, the fact that, yes, you have Wilson that genuinely showed progress. You get the headlines, that he outdid Trevor Lawrence. So that's all well and good. Like Bubs was just mentioning about Michael Carter. Like you're seeing a lot of your draft picks from this past year all start to emerge in certain roles. So like that's a huge positive. I just want to make sure it's actually sustained and that they legitimately build off this, Well,
I mean, this game right now doesn't mean jack shit about 2022. Nothing carries over. Nothing at all carries over. You're just hoping that these young guys are working their asses off, and now they're getting some payback for it. Like, listen, you keep competing, you keep trying to battle adversity, and you won a game. That's going to motivate them and fuel them and give us an idea what could be.
Over. I would hope something carries over.
Nothing matters, dude. Once the season's over, it's over. What? Sam Darnold had 4 great games in the year. What did that mean for next year? Fucking nothing. Nothing means shit. It's just.
Well, just as far as like the mental side of the game, again, like you're seeing a natural progression with Wilson, right, over these last couple of weeks. You hope that the things that he's learning are going to translate over into next year.
But we won't know till next year. Like next week, if they don't play well, okay, it's a setback. How do you bounce back the following week? Yeah. Sometimes I just think it's like paralysis by analysis with this. Like everybody wants to like have a determining factor of like Wilson played good today. This is it. What he's going to be next year. It's just I'm just enjoying the moment, man. Like it's just like we just enjoy things. It's crazy. Yeah.
One more thing I just want to say. I know it's still 2 more games left, but going into the offseason, the more and more I watch the team, I think a lot of Jets fans can agree with me. We definitely need to look at the tight end market. I mean, it's definitely a need, and especially for Wilson being a young quarterback. And I mean, if you really look at the rest of the NFL, you look at all the good teams, they all have good tight ends. Like Ravens have Mark Andrews. Raiders have Waller. Chiefs have Kelsey. Just for a few examples. Like I know Gesicki's available next year, and I believe Dalton Schultz from the Cowboys is. I definitely hope that Joe Douglas and the front office for us definitely goes out and tries to make a splash in free agency for tight ends, because something we have been lacking for forever now, and something not only does just any quarterback need, but especially a young quarterback, to have a safety blanket and have somebody that he can truly rely on. And
this
something
this offense is made for that, dude. Like look at 49ers with Kittle.
Yeah. LaFleur coming over there. Exactly. I mean, it's huge. Tight end, I think, is one of the most important positions on the field. They don't get as much. I feel like they're one of the positions they don't get as much recognition until you don't have one. When you don't have one, you truly feel it. Which it's there's been so many of them, and now we're bouncing between Griffin and all these guys. Definitely something that the Jets and Joe Douglas really need to hone in on this offseason. So
I agree, dude. Absolutely. That's the one thing about Sunday too is look at all the safety blankets. Every one of Zach Wilson's safety blankets, minus the running backs, were gone. Griffin was gone. All 3 receivers were gone. Like he's sitting there basically just trying to figure it out. Thankfully Michael Carter stepped up, but I agree, man. Tight end is an enormous hole. I think it's obviously a priority at this point. So.
Yeah,
but Bubs, good call, man. This is back-to-back good calls for you.
Thank you.
Great call.
Appreciate it for having me on.
Have a good night, man.
Have a good night, man.
Too. Thank you.
Guarantee he's gonna have a podcast by when prime time. What do you think?
Give it like 2 weeks.
Yeah, definitely gonna have his own podcast.
Super
definitely
Bowl.
Coming up for sure. Absolutely gonna happen.
Show.
Oh, look at this! Yeah. Oh my God! What is going on here?
Yo, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
Wow!
Yes, sir. How
Where you
doing?
been?
There must have been a pig flying somewhere. I could. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot going on, man. How y'all doing, man? Everybody's all right?
Oh yeah, man. Of course. We're
Hanging
just
in,
living the
man.
dream,
How are
man.
you?
Doing good, man. Maintaining. Got a house full of people. That just seems to just be all over the place. I got
Oh,
dogs
shit.
and family members all over this. I'm waiting for everybody to go home. I'd be happy after the first, but I'm blessed. So I can't
He's
complain.
gonna pull a Vincent during the stream. He'll be telling people to get the fuck out.
Bruh, when I tell you, bruh, like I love my family, it's just, you know how everyone's here and it's like, damn, like y'all ain't leaving yet, and there's people everywhere, bruh. I got pull-out sofas, I got the roll-out mats, the
We didn't get no
the
invite. What
prison
kind of shit is
cots.
that?
Yeah,
Man, you always
ridiculous.
welcome, man. You
Yeah.
show up whenever you here, baby. Yo, Tyson, I had to say, man, you almost lost that beer pong, man. I watched that. Yo, you were struggling, but you came back strong though. Steve took you
You know
down
what?
to
You
the
know what
wire,
almost
baby.
count? You know what almost counts for?
Nothing.
Exactly.
But you know what though? You were struggling. I was like, yo, Tyson really struggling here. Came back strong though. 2 in a row,
But you
knocked
know what
him
it is?
out.
But see, Tyron, there's a method to the madness. You give him hope. You give him all the excitement, and then you
Oh,
kill
okay,
his
okay,
dreams.
okay.
That's the way it
I
works.
was,
That's what it was. That's
yeah,
what it
he
was.
was happy
Yeah.
for a minute. Pound time,
Yeah.
your video, definitely interesting, man. Definitely interesting, especially when you flipped it around. Like, okay, I see you, big fella. I see you, big fella.
Needed something to get through that video. Holy
Yo,
shit, man.
how
Yeah,
was your
it's
holidays, though?
and Kevin was actively rooting against me too. That was the sad
Yeah,
thing too. I thought we were boys. He was
man. Prime
actively
time.
rooting
I
against
no,
me.
I started out
No,
I started out rooting for you, and then once you were like 2 for I don't know, it was like 28 or something like that. I was like, all right,
Typical.
yeah,
Steve's got
man.
to do
You're a
something.
Prime,
bandwagon fan,
yeah,
man. You're a
I
bandwagon.
think.
Once the
I
going
no,
got
I
tough, once the
expected more
going
from
got tough, prime time got
expected more
going.
from
Started
you.
supporting Steve.
I think
That's all it
prime
was.
Expected
time
more
was.
out of
I
you.
think prime time was a little embarrassed, man, because you was out there struggling, bro. Like you was struggling.
Me?
Steve was really holding his own, man. I was like,
It's
yo,
not how you
came
start, it's how
back
you
strong
finish,
though.
my friend.
No,
But
True
see,
indeed, true indeed.
prime time
no.
faced adversity and you bailed on me. How'd that work out for him? That's all right.
Yeah, true indeed, true indeed.
Sound like Jake
How
Paul
was
right
it?
now.
Win is a
Beating like
win, my friend.
non-pong players.
At the end of the day, my record is 1-0. It's all that matters to all you clowns. And anybody wants to challenge me, I have no
Sweet.
problem taking on all challengers.
Next week, let's go.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
what was
Whenever
up with
you
the
guys want.
Next week.
Not a
what was up
problem.
with
Next
the
week.
what was up with the Coca-Cola shit though? What was that about?
That was all Steve. I don't know.
I don't know.
That was
I don't know.
a little different, but hey, who am I?
All right. So let's go. We'll bring on callers since Tyrone blessed us tonight. We're gonna bring on Steve. What's up, man?
What's up, fellas? How's everyone doing?
How you
All right,
doing,
bro.
man?
How you
Hey,
doing,
what's
man?
up, man?
Doing good. Like you guys, I'm enjoying the victory from Sunday, and I think we all felt like, this was like a good game for the Jets to have a good matchup with, and obviously depleted with the COVID list and IR and everything like that. But I was still happy to see them come on top. Really saw the team and Zach have more of a complete game, almost 4 good quarters of football the entire time, which I thought was great. And I understand the fan base that's pissed about the win too, but at the same time, free agency happens first. You don't know what we're going to do there. You can sign an edge there. And they said there's 4 top edge players. They're not like the top 2 guys, but they said there's another 2 really good guys that you can get closer to the top 10. So now I'm starting to get the idea, like, maybe the Jets should go wide receiver with one of those top 10 picks. I'm really starting to get on board with that. I just really think I didn't agree with that at the time, but what the Bengals did for Burrow getting Jamar Chase and stuff like that, I thought they should have drafted a lineman, but I'm really starting to think that I really want to get a really big weapon
Wide
next year.
receiver and O-line.
Yeah, no, why not go for both? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
But either way, the Jets are still in a good spot, man. 2 picks in the top 10. The Panthers keep losing, the Seahawks keep losing. We have a ton of cap space. There's all kinds of the Jets have. There's no. I mean, it's not like if they don't get the top 3 pick, like the season's over. Like you can't upgrade your roster.
Right.
Wait, who's to say if the Jets get number 3, number 4, they trade down anyway? Who knows? So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Let it all trust the process. You know what I mean?
But
And
it's
it felt
crazy. It's crazy how everyone wants, what I'm saying? Listen, I understand you want draft picks and stuff like that, but 2 picks in the top 10, man, there's nothing to complain about. Like
Exactly.
if you're a good GM, there's no way you can blow both of those picks, man. You get the top 10, bro. I mean, so I don't know, man. Like to me, I enjoyed the victory. I was happy that we won. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if we get blown in the next 2 weeks. It doesn't matter. I'm watching my quarterback grow a little bit. I'm watching his team have something to fight for. At the end of the day, man, who wants to lose, man? I mean, that's the last.
Tyrone, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I got a question for you, Tyrone. Would you, if you had a chance to win one of the next 2 games, would you rather beat the Buccaneers or the Bills?
Bill, man, both, man. I hate Brady, so I look to stick it to him. But
Can only win
Buffalo,
one.
man,
Which one?
No, fuck that. I'm taking Tampa. I want Buffalo to win the division.
Thank you.
I want the Patriots to
Thank you.
win that shit,
Thank
bro.
you.
Hell no, I'm not doing that, none of that
Smart,
shit. No,
Smart,
I'm not a Bills fan, but I'll be a Bills fan. You know what I'm saying?
What about you, Steve?
I'm probably going to say Bucks just for the Patriots discussion, but if it was just like any independent year and the Pats weren't up for the division, I'd probably want it to be Buffalo to knock them out. But knowing how the Jets were, besides the Texan game, I thought that if we were going to lose to the Jags, beat the Bucks, and then lose to the Bills, like just knowing the Jets, they beat all these great teams early in the year. I'm like, they're one the last of the 3 games, they're going to beat the Bucks, and that's going to be it. But we'll see what happens. I'm sure we're going to be back to reality next week. At the same time, I mean, going back to the win the other day, that it's meaningless, but we know that our coaching staff is going to be here next year and our quarterback's going to be here next year. Last year we knew we were probably most likely going to blow it up, so we were just delaying the inevitable. That's the difference, and that's what people got to realize.
Yep, absolutely, man.
And then did you guys see? I mean, the post game, victory speech from the interim coach, and then Salah comes on screen. The entire place went bananas, and it was really good to see that. It just shows that these guys seem a lot more unified, and they're really playing for the guy.
No, there's no quit, and that's the really cool part about this. It's a lot of young players playing together, overcame all kinds of stuff on Sunday, and they're all buying in, man. They're all buying into his program. They're buying into his message. It's not perfect. It's not pretty. It's only the Jaguars, but still, it's progress, man. Like we all said, what they're going to win 4 or 5 games this year. Well, they're at win number 4, and they started off slow. They had a really rough patch in the middle of the year, getting blown out every week, and now they're just fine. It's a little glimmers of hope, man. It is what it is. It's fun though.
We've seen growth from the coaching staff to Zach and a lot of different aspects over the last few weeks. I mean, the line was pretty concerning early in the year. They've had their hiccups, but like we said, Dan Feeney playing center pretty decently when he had to go in there, and these guys adapt and they actually show that, all right, this is my opportunity. I got to take advantage of it. So I like to see that because I think the Gase teams at this point last year, they were just playing for money on other teams at this point.
No, it's good. It's good to see depth playing well, and it's good to see like that. Nobody's really pointing fingers right now. We've seen plenty of locker rooms in the past that kind of fractured at this point in the year. It seems like these guys are united and they're playing for each other. Absolutely, yeah. We were talking about that last night with Sheldon and Marshall. Yeah, so it's nice to see these guys are still playing for each other at this point.
Exactly. And, we've said it 1,000 times, but the 2020 draft class is disappointing. And I get, they're probably schemed for, that Gase offensive system, zero creativity, but it's like a lot of linear routes. That's why Mims did great last year and can't run a route at all this year. I mean, he's really disappointing. We were all in that same boat, I think, when he was drafted, like how excited we were for him. But it's just not working out. But like you said, Tyson, before early in the year with Piron, he's not going to be here. He shouldn't even be occupying a roster spot in training camp. Just move on. It doesn't matter how fresh the draft pick is. Move on. Get the best. Get the best 53 guys on the team.
No, absolutely. I mean, right now you could make a safe case. Like, what? I bring back Tevin Coleman because Tevin Coleman, especially the price he was at, he's showing a good complementary to Michael Carter. P. Ryan can go. Austin Walters, a nice story. You could bring him in for camp. But and with Mims, same thing, man. Like, listen, the story's been written. I think it's been pretty obvious. Yeah. He's had opportunity after opportunity the entire year, and he's had every excuse. Well, he had some health issues, COVID and the food poisonings, all this shit. But now this is it. Like, you're down your 3 receivers. And every time he's got a chance to make a play, he does nothing. Nothing at all. Except commit penalties.
He's not even doing what he did early in the year, like the 1 catch 40 yards, 1 catch 30. No, it's 0 every week.
Now it's a drop. It's a drop and a penalty. That's like the weekly contribution. But he does block well. But to me, the writing's on the wall, man. It's just going to be. He won't be.
And I'm concerned about Becton's health too. But I mean, I realize, when he was drafted, he did not have the college injury concerns, and people forget, he had his lumps last year, but he played like a very good tackle last year. So we just got to hope that he's consistently healthy and, really can barge through, because I have a lot of hope in him. And, Wirfs is probably the best tackle in the draft, but we got to consider he plays right tackle. He's not protecting the blind side, but still, I mean, Wirfs is definitely the best right now.
Yeah. And the thing with Becton though, is right now it's like, you don't have you have some confidence in him, but I would definitely have a plan B for left tackle, whether that's keeping Fant, you can't assume Becton's going to come back and be play 17 games next year and be in best shape of his life. You need a plan B at left tackle.
Yeah, he had 3 or 4 injuries last year. I mean, you look at training camp. Well, I mean, at the end of last year, he was getting beat a little bit by speed rushers, and then Lawson, it seemed like, was dominating him almost every day in camp this year before the injury. So I factor in like the motivation stuff that they were talking about, the weight issues. Becton's got a lot to prove, man. You cannot go into next year with only him. You got to bring back Fan. You might have to draft a tackle too.
Yeah. I mean, that Evan Neal guy, and that guy's played guard too. So I mean, he could play everywhere.
Yep.
Well, Steve, thanks
for calling.
You guys go. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Take care, guys. Talk to you later.
Have a good one, bro.
Bye.
All right. So we got, I showed a link again. So I don't think I did it before. So we got here. So prime time, do you want to go to a positive call or do you want to go to a potential argument?
No, I want fireworks. We need fireworks.
That's some bullshit. All right. Let's bring on Negative Nelly. What's up, Jake?
Wait, hold on. I'm Negative Nelly?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you could find you could have the best day in the history of the world and find something wrong with it. It could be 80 degrees, sunny, drink in your hand, great job, all these things. But you know what? It's not 82 degrees. I'm pissed off about it. That's just the way you are. Do you find something wrong with everything?
I tell the truth, man. I can't help it.
Tony Montana.
Plus, I've had so many years rooting for this team.
The truth.
Listen, hold on. As Jet fans, who are we to say that we should be happy about this little micro speck of success when we have nothing to show for it for the last how many years? That's the point.
So now you're gonna look at this game and make this equal to the last 10 years of football. Why not just make it a single entity? Like, you know what? They played a game, they won it, and it was fun to watch. Can you do that?
It's fun to watch, but I'm not going to turn this into something that. No, listen. You want me to be honest here? I'm telling you to be honest here. It's just the game itself. Like, the first thing I like to ask is just, is this really a complete game for Zach Wilson, and why is it a complete game for Zach Wilson?
It's progress.
First,
what we're saying is it's progress. We saw things we haven't been seeing. He looks a lot looser. He's running around. He's got good command of the offense. He dealt with a shitload of adversity without 2 guards, without 3 receivers, and without a tight end. You basically took away all his safety valves, all his comfort. He was completely out of his comfort zone on Sunday, and he still did fine. He looked comfortable.
It's also now a 3-game sample where you're talking about not turning the ball over, no interceptions, and you just mentioned all the guys that were out. He's at least moving the chains. He's operating the offense. He's mobile. He's rushing for 100 yards. Like this,
he's looking off reads. He's not staring at receivers.
It's not the 300-yard game, but I'll agree. It's progress. It's baby steps, and it's enough for his rookie year for where he was a few weeks ago, for me at least.
And this is what we've been asking for the whole time, is to watch him improve. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we're not expecting him to come out here and make leaps and bounds, but we're watching the kid move and get a little bit better to where, you know what I'm saying, you can start to see in the offseason with a few more pieces, the guy can grow a little bit. You know what I'm saying? The problem is everybody's talking about draft picks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everyone's worrying about draft pick. No one knows how the draft is going to fall out. What if the team jumps up and takes 2 quarterbacks? Then every player you want going to be there. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how this is going to play out. So
in terms of Zach Wilson, if the game is slowing down for Zach Wilson a little bit, it's a good thing. Like, how is it a bad thing? It's like day by day, game by game, you're hoping to see things and progress as the season plays out. That's what he's doing.
Look, I want to see him progress. I never said
you did on Sunday. You just saw it. So smile, man. Life's going to be okay. We're going to be okay as Jet fans. It's going to get better.
No,
Did you see Michael Carter over 100 yards rushing? Did that make you happy?
Yeah, well, I knew he was good weeks ago. That's not news to us here. Like, we knew he was good weeks ago.
So you knew going into the game he's going to have 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, he's been that talented of a guy. But I'm not talking. But I want to see Zach. It's about Zach Wilson. It's about Zach Wilson, and I think everyone is giving him hype for the 52-yard run, which, by the way, I was literally screaming at him to get out of bounds. But that was like, you have to get flashy. I don't want to see flashy things. I want to see.
So wait a minute. So wait. So now the kid makes a game-breaking play, and now you're going to get down on him because he didn't go out of bounds. Yeah. Playmakers make plays. Now you're mad at him for making a play. And I guarantee you, if he would have ran out of bounds, you'd call him like, "Can't believe you fucking ran out of bounds, man. You went for a touchdown."
Yeah,
you find the negative side of everything.
With a sprained PCL, do I want to see him injure himself again? No.
It's called competitive nature. You're an athlete. You're a competitor. You try to find ways to score a touchdown.
Come on, man. Like, I'm not going to watch the kid get injured to make a flashy play against a worthless team we're playing. Come on.
So now it's going. You got to say, okay, Zach. Today's not a meaningful game. So the minute you get a chance to go out of bounds, bro. These are fucking competitors. This isn't Madden. That's a shitty take. It's a terrible take, dude. Like, the kid is showing a fighting instinct that wants to score points and make big plays, and they're going to discount it and say you shouldn't be doing that?
No,
that's insane, dude. He wasn't taking a hit. He juked the guy and went for a touchdown. What the fuck?
Fine.
That's crazy. I guarantee you, Primetime, if he would have ran out of bounds, Jake would be like, he should have cut it back, man. He should have fucking got a touchdown there. This kid's a fucking chicken shit. Come on, dude. You're just trying to find things to complain about.
Yeah,
I could. I can understand if like you wanted to come on and like point to the stat line. All right, he only threw for a little over 100 yards.
Yes, I do want to point out to that, man. I mean, come on.
That
What's
would
that line you got to point at? The fucking 270 yards of rushing? When you run for 270 yards, you don't need to pass for 300.
Okay, so let's talk about Lamar Jackson being overrated because that's literally all he does every single week. So
there's nothing to do with it. Why don't you just stay in what happened on Sunday? The Jets ran for 270 yards. Zach Wilson didn't need to throw for 200 yards. He stayed in the fucking offense. He did what he had to do to win the game, which is all that matters.
Okay, so win 2 in a row. We're in 2 in a row.
So what was your take on Trevor Lawrence?
What was my take? He almost won the game.
Come on.
Missed it by 1 yard.
So now you're going to give Trevor Lawrence. Or what about how he's staring at receivers? His time management was terrible.
Zach Wilson does the same thing.
Are you as harsh on Trevor Lawrence as you are Zach Wilson?
I'll be harsh on every single rookie
You're full of
quarterback, even
shit.
Justin Fields. I've said this all year.
Yeah, you blow
Even
Justin
Mac Jones
Fields.
has not looked great the last
You don't
couple.
criticize Justin Fields at all. That's your hero. You just shit on everybody else.
Did I just say I was criticizing Justin Fields? Yeah, he has not played.
Are you criticizing Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he almost won the game by a yard.
But did he?
Yeah,
But he choked.
We would have had this flip flop conversation.
He almost did, but he didn't. And Zach won the game.
Okay, so 1 yard. All right, dude. Like I was about to say,
is it 1 yard, 10 yards?
Mac Jones. Mac Jones. Okay. Mac Jones has looked terrible the last couple weeks.
Is he the Jets quarterback? I don't think
a guy that. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Zach Wilson looked phenomenal. The Jets look phenomenal. Beat the Jaguars.
It just kills you to give the team credit and not be Debbie Downer every time. You can't.
I want to give credit, but there's also room for criticism. That's how teams work, dude.
Yeah, I understand there's criticism, but you're criticizing fucking that he didn't go out of bounds on a 52-yard touchdown run. It's insane. That's one
piece we're talking about. You didn't even let me get to anything else with the game.
Let's hear your other criticisms of a Jets win. Let's go. Let's hear this.
The defense was terrible again.
How many starters were they without?
Sorry?
How many starters were missing?
What, they missed Quinn and Williams? I mean, we've missed starters all year with injuries.
How many starters were they missing on Sunday?
The exact, beside Quinn, and I don't really know everyone else that was out. So,
just no safeties. Quinn and Williams, John Franklin Myers.
Well, we've had no safeties this year anyway. The safety play's been horrible. Ashton Davis has been terrible. Marcus Bay's injury, he's gone.
Okay.
So I've praised Bryce Hall all year. I've praised Bryce Hall all year. I've been saying it since the day we drafted him. The kid is a solid corner. But the problem is that like right now, like CJ Mosley, I think he's the only guy that had a sack in the game. It's a Jaguars offense that's really point blank terrible. We get 1 sack on him. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, no. I mean, no, but I guess, it doesn't matter because, none of that really matters. And obviously the point is that we have to just look at the fact they won. No, because guess what's going to happen next week? Tom Brady by himself, because that's all he needs. He doesn't need a coach. Like Bruce Arians being there doesn't matter. And Byron Leftwich will probably get a head coaching job because of the sheer pack of coaching.
So now let me understand. So now you're gonna get mad that the Jets are gonna get blown out by one of the best teams in the NFL. You're gonna be mad by that. They're a 4-win team.
I'm not gonna get mad. It's just you want to see progress. What are we going to see that's going to be progress? If they keep it a close game, if they get blown out 35-7, what's the progress in that next week? Nothing.
So let me where would you say right now the Jets are in terms of like the rebuild? Like how would you rate the job Joe Douglas has done as far as also like Freight Saleh, Wilson first year, where we're at, factor in also the guys that could be coming back next year, like Becton, Lawson, Davis. Like what would it take this year, this offseason, to actually get them somewhat competitive for next year? Like, do you think we're on track for that or still like 2 years away from?
We're still 2+ years away. We're still 2+ years away.
So you don't think there's any chance they could be competitive?
Losing Becton was a bit. I mean, the fact is we have to still stomach the fact that Becton, we don't know what he is. He could be injured again in the offseason. That would literally put the entire draft class of 2020 and Joe Douglas in the toilet completely, minus maybe Bryce.
But hasn't Fant already shown that he can play left tackle?
Yeah, but I've already told you we're probably going to cut him because they're probably not going to pay him the money.
Why would they cut him?
I'm getting a very strong sense that's what's going to happen. And Tyrone's already agreed with me on this.
Yo, hold on. I got a question. Hold on. Let me stop something.
Why would they cut him?
Let me ask Jake about 3 questions.
Because they're not going to pay him the money.
That's how Jake, number one, Jake. Hold on. Number one question, Jake. Did you watch the whole game?
Yeah, I watched the whole. Yeah, I was watching Red Zone and I had it on mute right next to me, watching the whole game.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Jake. So any progress you see from my quarterback is good, correct? You just said you comparing perhaps with Tom Brady, probably one of the best defenses in the NFL, in a solid team compared to a team that's 4 wins. So listen, we're talking about a young quarterback that's growing. You want that to grow, and I'm gonna be honest with you. If I say that I wanted Trevor Lawrence, I mean if I wanted to cut Fant, then I'm wrong. That makes no logical sense for $10 million. At one point, maybe, and even with Becton, even if Becton doesn't work out, you know what I'm saying, you move on. You know what I'm saying? And to say we're 2 years away, you have no clue how that's going to work out at the end of free agency in the draft.
Becton doesn't work out. Okay, then that just then
so
that we just missed out on so many players.
Okay, but it doesn't. What do you do about it? If he doesn't work out, what do? You sit there and you hope, you know what I'm saying? You move on. It's not a choice. Listen, good teams move on for first round, second round picks. Bill Belichick does it all the time, bro. That's what champions do. You move on. Okay, say you got a first round player that gets hurt.
He's got 6 Super Bowls in the side. Mm-hmm.
So our whole team is conducive to what Becton does, right?
No,
I didn't say that, but that's a big part of the offensive line. That's what we need to keep Zach alive.
But if we go out here and we draft or we sign somebody in free agency, right? Say we keep Becton, and we keep say we keep Fant, we keep Mosley, right? And we draft somebody in the draft, right? What's the problem?
I mean,
you have Becton's coming back. You hopefully he's healthy. You have a plan B in case he's not ready, and you move on. And you continue to do your rebuild. This isn't rocket science.
Like, it's not going to be. Everyone's like a 2-year rebuild. Why is it 2 year? We have no clue what free agency is going to be. We have no clue what we're going to do with these 5 draft picks we have in the top 100. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how things can turn around. Like, you know what I'm saying? It makes no sense to say that our whole team is going to do this on Becton. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Becton's going to be a Pro Bowler. No, I don't. But if he's a solid player,
didn't say that.
No, I'm not saying you did. Stop talking and listen, bro. I'm not taking shots at you. I'm just telling you, period, bro. I said
be a happy show.
If Becton is not a Pro Bowler and he's just solid, he's still good though. You feel me? Like you know what I'm saying? I don't expect him to be a superstar. I don't think he has that kind of work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it'll come along later. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's put the work in to be that kind of Pro Bowler that we thought he was going to be. But if he's a solid player at left tackle, what's wrong with that? You feel me? He needs to be a Pro Bowler for us to be successful.
Anyway, all right. So the point is that right now they're going to retool their entire offensive line anyway. So after 2 years, we have to retool.
And what the fuck are you complaining for then?
What am I complaining about? That's a serious problem.
They're gonna retool the line. You don't even know what the fuck they're gonna do.
Retool the line. I don't want to. Who wants to invest many picks into that?
I don't want to. Jake, we suck. We suck, Jake. You understand that? Our line sucks.
Our line does suck. Yeah, it does suck.
Anyway, they're gonna fix the line anyway, right?
How long? It's not an overnight deal to do that. You don't fix a line overnight.
Actually, guys, Connor McGovern was rated, I think 7th overall.
Yep, he was
centers. So.
Yep,
he was rated 7th.
Yep,
7th overall. Yep.
I don't know who the fuck read that. That's just
so if you have Becton, Tucker, McGovern, that's 3/5 your line right there. Then you bring back Moses or Fant, that's 4/5 your line. You're good. Let's roll. Boom. Not the catastrophe you think it is.
Let's see. Look, let's see how they do the next 2 weeks. That's it. I just want to see Zach Wilson.
You know what I think though, dude. I honestly think right now you're rooting for them to get blown out by the Buccaneers. Come on and say, you know what? I told you so. The Jaguars game was meaningless. You're rooting for it. I can see.
Not rooting. It's just be ready for that.
Well, no shit, dude. They're a 14-point underdog as it is. The Buccaneers are one of the best teams in football. And the Jets are ravaged by COVID right now. Of course, they're gonna get their asses kicked. No shit. This is obvious. Like anybody going in that game with any kind of expectations is insane. It's crazy. Have a good night, man. This is just, what are we doing here, primetime? I don't understand. I don't understand at all. Like what?
If they get blown out in both these next 2 games, to some degree, it taints this win a little bit. It does.
It takes
what are you expecting as the Buccaneers?
We're going to lose.
Compete. I'm not saying win. I'm not saying win. Don't get blown out. Don't give up 40 plus points.
So if they lose 40-21, they compete. Are you okay with that?
I mean, is it like 40-10 going into the fourth quarter?
I just said they were competing, but the Buccaneers are a substantially better team.
So it makes more sense to lose to a team that sucks than lose to a team that's really good. for a
sorry, but
fucking draft pick, right? For a draft pick, right? For a draft pick.
You think Tom Brady's not going to have a field day against two safeties that aren't even ready to play yet?
For a draft pick? For a draft, and again, this is me just understanding the other side. For a draft pick at a position that we haven't solved in 20 years.
Okay, absolutely. We did solve it. We got lost and we got hurt.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's not solved.
Prime time.
So it's not solved.
Prime time.
So it's not solved.
Prime time. Let me ask you a question. Prime time.
Stupid,
How many times have we drafted?
This isn't even enjoyable, to be honest with you. This conversation bores me.
Yo,
this conversation just boring.
Somebody that hasn't panned out.
It's like it's just a boring conversation, man. Now it's like we have to get a top 2 pick to be a good team next year. It's just like what? So now this pass rusher is going to save the day for the Jets when there's so many other things that can happen. It's just boring, man. It's like let's find negative things to dwell on. Let's be the same old Jets argument, the same old Jets negativity.
The bigger point though is that if you don't play at least competitively the next 2 weeks, what did that 1 yard against the Jaguars? What did it really do?
It's a win that we can enjoy. Like when you do,
in the moment,
when I do a preview,
in the moment it was enjoyable, and now when we sit back
and then you move on,
we analyze it. What did it exactly?
And we enjoy it. And if they lose by 20, the Buccaneers, so fucking be it.
It was the Jaguars. It's not to be negative.
So I mean,
it's a win against a team that's in worse shape than us right now. It is what it is.
So what? And if they would have lost the game, and I guarantee you, if they would have lost to the fucking Jaguars, I'd be like, this team sucks so bad. We lost to one of the worst teams in football. We're going backwards. There's no progress. You got to question Saleh. I guarantee you, everybody talking about draft picks today, if they lost, there'd been fucking outrage all over the place. I can't believe you lost. A bunch of clowns. It's ridiculous.
No, it's positional need everywhere you go, man. That's the whole problem. You're a bad football team. But to hope and pray for a defensive end, like it, you know what I'm saying? We just signed one in the offseason, right? We had big hopes for this guy, right? He tears his ACL, he's out for the fucking season. Shit like that happens all the time. So you go draft the kid goes through the summer, he looks amazing. God forbid something happens to the kid's out for the fucking season. Happens every single year. I mean, what's the point of worrying about it? We got 2 picks in the top 10. What the fuck are we mad about?
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Like, it's just retarded.
I'm not worried about it. I just want the best players that are going to change this thing around. If Joe Douglas can make magic happen, Joe Douglas. If he can make magic happen, fine. But again, look, just for example, look at what happened with Denzel Mims, right? We thought Joe Douglas did a great job. He traded back. We got extra picks. We took Denzel Mims. How did that work out? Right, so we never know what's going to happen in the draft. That's all I'm saying. It seems like right now, I would rather take a chance on pick 1 and 2, taking one of those edge rushers, than having to take a chance with Joe Douglas maneuver around at pick 4 and 5. I'm not saying it's the end of the world that we're at 4 and 5. We obviously have plenty of holes. We can get offensive line help. We can take a receiver. Those are all needs right now. We still need a tight end. There's plenty of needs, but we haven't solved a pass rusher in 20 fucking years. And if that 1 yard is going to be the difference, and if that 1 yard is going to be the difference, and we don't do shit the next 2 weeks, but get blown out, did it really matter? Did it really make a difference? Did it really?
We're gonna. So now it's so.
That's all I'm saying.
Instead, but
play well the next 2 weeks.
Since the top 2 picks are the most important things, so you have 2 picks in the top 10. Joe Douglas can't do very good things with them. Where was T.J. Watt drafted? Every year people find diamonds in the rough all throughout their draft class. Not usually the first round picks are most times when the bust happened, and all your prominent picks are later on in the draft. So like now it's like, well, I think that if we have the top 2 picks, it's the best chance to win. I mean, Leonard Williams was supposed to be a godsend for our team too. How'd that work out? Quentin Williams, another godsend. Jamal Adams, another godsend. All these guys are the best players we've ever had in our entire lives. Where are we at now? Still one of the worst teams in football. You need a cumulative effort, an entire draft class, and a very good free agent class to turn this team around. 1 pick ain't make or break in this. And what'd be funny is the number 3 picks. If we get number 3, Joe Douglas trades back and gives everybody the finger. But like, you know what? I don't need number 3 pick. I'm gonna trade back and get more draft picks.
Okay, so then let me reverse it then. How would you feel if we're picking 5, but then Joe Douglas, he really wants one of those 2 pass rushers, so he gives up an extra first round pick to get to number 2.
For it. Let him go for it.
So then was that win worth it on Sunday?
To me, dude, it's fine. I have no problem with winning, dude. Okay. If people want to sit here and root for losses, knock yourselves out. I generally don't care.
I wasn't rooting for the loss during the game. I couldn't root for the loss. I'm just saying, sitting here now analyzing it, that 1 yard, it's only going to make a difference to me if they actually.
That's the way the NFL works, man. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and then you got to react to it. So good general managers, no matter where you draft, find ways to improve. How do the Patriots every year with lower draft picks improve every year? How do the Ravens every year with not top 5 picks get better every time? How do all these good teams don't have top 5 picks continue to improve every year? They draft well, they manage your team well, and they manage your cap well. That's how you win a fucking football, not chasing top 3 picks every fucking year.
But also when there's a consensus 1 and 2, I mean.
Who the fuck is a consensus 1 and 2? Because Joe Blow on Twitter told you so? Who gives a fuck? Just like this time last year, Zach Wilson was on nobody's fucking radar. This time last year, nobody even knew who Zach Wilson was, other than some fucking kid playing in a college bowl game.
All right.
But now all of a sudden Hutchinson's everybody's godsend because somebody's blowing him on fucking Twitter. Who gives a shit?
You know that a quarterback's going to jump up. We know this. You have 2 teams. You have two teams in the top 5 that need a quarterback. They definitely need a quarterback, correct? Detroit.
December 28th. Now we know who the top 2 picks are. So December 28th, we know who the Jet savior is, and we're not going to get him. We know this already. 5 months before the draft, we already know this.
I'm just saying, pass rush has been a need for 20 years. If I get one of the top 2 picks,
so is quarterback.
I feel pretty good about my chance.
So is quarterback.
We just took a quarterback. What's that?
But no, you're talking about needs for the last 20 years. The Jets have a ton of them. So now, we have plenty of needs. And the Jets right now are not one player away. The Jets are not a top 2 pick away from being a fucking excellent team in 2022.
But a legitimate game-changing pass rusher that we haven't had in 20 years, does that not move the needle? Let's have Lawson and another guy. Perfect.
So now I'm just saying we have plenty of needs.
We can't have 2 nice things.
When was the last time we had a game-breaking receiver? You can go receiver at fucking 3 or 4. We mad at that either.
Elijah Moore.
Oh, now he's a guy.
Outside linebacker. What about an outside linebacker?
Corey Davis coming back.
Come on, dude. It's a game-breaking player. Now Corey Davis is that guy.
Paid him $9 million.
That's not my problem. It's his problem. Let's go to Sneakers the Boots. Look at that snazzy shirt.
Hot off the press as of 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
I opened the bag.
Glad you got it, man.
It's going to be going right next to my Joe Namath jersey.
Perfect, man. Glad you got it.
So let's try to spin this positive aura, because we won a goddamn game. And I don't care if it's against the Jaguars. I don't care who it's against. It's the NFL team. Jaguars beat up on the Bills 9-6. Anybody can win anything.
Yep.
Like, it's the NFL. That's why they play the game.
Yep.
That's it.
I wonder if Jaguar fans are mad they beat the Bills. Oh, you're blowing our tank. You beat one of the best teams of football. It's terrible.
It's a good team they beat, though.
We got to get off the hamster wheel at some point, right? We got to get out of the basement. We got to get out of the dungeon, because we've been down there for the past 11 years. We haven't been to playoffs for 11 years to get the longest drought. We have to step out, and we can't keep doing that by picking top 3 picks every year and tanking for the draft. It has to stop. Like you just said before, Tyson, and it couldn't be more true, is that the teams that are built and have sustained success is that they draft well, and they hit that 40% every time. They manage the team well, and they cut through everybody that isn't worth their time.
Yep.
That's it.
No, that's the whole thing. And the Jets' biggest problem over the last 5-6 years is that it wasn't the first and second round picks. It was everything after that. They had no depth and no talent anywhere else. They weren't hitting anywhere. That's where you got to get more value. And even look at Joe Douglas's class last year. It wasn't that good, but you got Bryce Hall kind of saving it. So you got to get more value.
We also still have some of the undrafted too, right? We still have Bryce Huff. We still have Javon Guidry. I mean, I don't think Gavin Guidry is a starter by any means, but he'd be a good rotational piece, maybe a backup or something. But it's still good undrafted free agents that he's had.
Yep.
But the thing is that we get to pick from the chef's menu, where we can pick anything that we want, and we will still be happy, because we have holes all over this damn place. Like, it don't matter. Even getting some appetizers and desserts at this point.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, we need so much, man. Why is everyone so concerned about what we need, bro? Like, we need everything. Like, we don't have a tight end. We don't have a right tackle. We don't really have right now. We don't have a left tackle. We don't have a right guard. We don't have an outside linebacker that can cover anybody.
We have no safeties. We have
one
linebacker.
No fucking safeties, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want? We need a field goal kicker. What the fuck? We need everything.
We got a kicker, man. Don't insult my Pro Bowl kicker. Come on. Love that guy.
I was a little bit like drunk on Sunday, but I was like, "Who the hell is number 1?"
So were we.
Me too. I was the same boat you were, man.
And then he doesn't even have a picture on the Jets team website. Like, we're literally signing these kids off the street. It's coming to the point where we're almost becoming like a Kurt Warner signing, where it's like people are just doing their everyday jobs and they're just hoping for a chance. So I mean, but I did love how Ron Middleton got all the players to play, and Zach played his best game with the skeleton crew, like with nobody.
Yep.
and that is what is worth so much more than even the W. Like I don't get why Jake's trying to be a negative Nelly. He's usually okay with his calls, but today it's just like, can we just have at least something, please, just one time?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Jets fan watching Zach Wilson run that in a 52-yard run, and you weren't like jumping out of your seat, fired up, like, holy shit, this is awesome. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're lifeless. Like, you either hate the kid or you like being miserable. Because how do you not like that play? It was amazing.
And that's the one part I completely differ on. Just as far as Zach Wilson, his growth, his development, his overall confidence, just having him be able to get that win, having him get the positive headlines, I think that's more than almost anything. So that's the one thing I differ on. The defense getting the stop at the end, I mean, I was indifferent on that.
You know, any growth watching your young quarterback be the team that's worse than us? I mean, it's not growth. It's what we want to see. Like, listen, if I can see a little bit of progression the next 2 weeks, I'm happy. I know the Bucks. I know what they are. They're a great football team. They're ferocious defense with a great with defensive line. They're gonna be a problem. But Buffalo is who they are. You know. So listen, if I can see my quarterback, the last 2 weeks, maintain the offense, maintain himself, keep his composure with the problems he has, throw the ball away, take the check down, get what defense is giving him. I'm good with that. What's the problem with progression with our young quarterback? It's crazy.
But Tyrone, the other thing too is that nobody's really talking about is the team, his teammates, the offensive line, the receivers. They're all buying into him a little more. He's becoming a leader. Where they're starting to trust him more. Be like, you know what, this kid's a playmaker. Like, because I think primetime. You said it yesterday, where for a long time the team was always picking him up. Like, he's making mistakes. They're trying to overcome it. The defense, the playmakers, everybody else. Now he's starting to pick them up a little bit. Where it's like, listen, I'm showing you I can make plays. I can be the guy you want me to be, and he's giving you a little glimpse of that. So the team could buy into him a little bit more. He's not just doing it in practice. Now he's doing it in the game. 3 games in a row, no interceptions. He's making some splash plays. He's leading it. Command of the offense. It's all good stuff. So
you can see that he's just so much more comfortable. Even on the other run where he had nobody open down the field and he just pump faked and left the defense just stuck and then ran for another 20 yards. Like, he knew exactly what he was doing, and that's all we want. We want him to play within the structure of the offense. How long have we been asking him to play like Mac Jones?
Yep, absolutely.
And as soon as he plays like Mac Jones, people are like, "Well, he didn't throw for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns and this and that and the other." And it's like, in my opinion, they can't be happy. No matter what, they'll never be happy. If you didn't win the game, if you won the game, we should have won the game by 15 instead of by 3. That's what it comes down to.
Now people want style points victory. Oh, I want to be this.
This isn't college.
Win. Like, it's just,
this isn't college.
Yeah, and we're not like other teams do. Like, this team is trying to learn how to win football games. They went from being one of the worst teams in football that all they know was losing to now trying to figure out how to win football games. It's a hard thing to do for a young team and a new coaching staff. So it's part of their process as well.
Well, I do think that with the skeleton crew that we did have and the way we won the game, it was by the skin of our teeth. But I think that's going to be showing so much confidence going to the latter half of the season, and maybe even to next year. Do I expect to win the next 2 games? No, but do I expect or want the team to show up and be competitive and scratch and claw? Yeah, but I think that with us beating the Jaguars, we're starting to finally see that we're not the worst team in the league. We're the worst team in the league, like, quote unquote. Like, we're at the top of the bottom tier, and that's where we were at the bottom of the bottom tier basically. And we're working our way up slowly but surely, and it's baby steps. Got to trust the process, man. That's all. That's all I'm going to say.
Thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Have a good night, bro.
Have a good night, man.
That's cool. You got a shirt. I think I mailed that shit out yesterday, so that's cool.
That's cool.
All right, we will go. So, primetime, do you want a voice of reason to calm us down, or do you want what would you like?
Yeah, let's go for a voice of reason.
All right. Tyrone knows who it is.
Good evening, guys. How are you?
What's up, man?
Sir?
Why? It's a beautiful Tuesday night. I don't know what's going on here.
Me neither.
Sorry about the adjustment here, but
I'm not high enough for this shit.
Hey, listen, what we're getting what we've always been asking for is progress from our quarterback.
Yep.
It's not like we have, we haven't been shown a solid D in how many games, and all of a sudden we're talking about being competitive. It ain't happening. We just don't have the talent. It ain't gonna happen. Other teams draft well because they had the guy. They already have a complement of players on the team, so he just adds to it. We have nobody to complement anybody. we're just building from scratch. It is what it is. I know you don't want to hear it, but it is what it is. We're just a brand new team from scratch. We're grabbing what, and we're just going to keep building and building, get as many players in as possible, and hopefully we get starters, and then the guys that have been in the system will be our depth. And hopefully, the picks that we get pan out. And you got to, like the shirt says, trusting the process. You just have no choice at this point. But hey, on the positive side, we all were rooting to get to Zach to get Trevor Lawrence. Imagine if we had gotten Trevor Lawrence. Guess who would have followed? And the Johnsons would have went after Urban Meyer, and then we would have been in this mess. And then we wouldn't be even thinking about the draft. We'd be cursing the Johnsons up and down, left and right until the draft.
I don't think they would have hired Meyer. I don't think they would have hired Meyer.
He would have. Woody came back. He would have made that because that's a name. That's a big name. He wasn't going to go with a young guy. Hey boss, how are you?
Well, all your fans, man.
Joe Douglas.
I'm telling you, I don't know. It's like I'm getting we trust in that. There you go, mega vegan. But I was happy with the game, and quite frankly, the run. If you notice, I watched that run several times because it was so good to watch. He was going to go out of bounds, but he noticed the defender pretty much thought he was going to go out of bounds, and he just went across him and saw that, and then that's when he cut in. So he had it in the sense in his head to catch that, and he went all the way in. It was a great run. He doesn't run often. We see that he has opportunity to run often. He doesn't run often. He wants to be a pocket passer, and he's making less mistakes. He looks very comfortable in the pocket. His confidence, and the win was needed for his confidence. And he actually, if you want to look at it, he actually made some of these guys better with what he had on the field, and that's a plus. So you see his confidence building. The kid always works on correcting his mistakes, and that you can't ask for more than that. He's always going to be there. He wants to be the best at what he does, and I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to next season because I think he's going to be a lot better. And we hope we draft a couple of linemen, a defensive end. I mean, there's a lot of guys. Everyone wants this guy, but the guy opposite of Hutchinson, he had a good year too, and he's a linebacker, and he had 11 sacks compared to 14. And now we can say, oh yeah, but he had Hutchinson. That's why he got. But then again, you could say Hutchinson had him, and that's why he had 14 sacks. Who you block? Who do you block?
Yep.
So I mean, there's listen, 2, 1, 2. With Panthers losing more, our number 2 pick goes up. We could have like 3 players close to the first round.
Yep. So what is your opinion on Berrios? Are you willing to give him $6 million a year?
I would give him what they paid Crowder, which was 5. Maybe minimize the incentives because I think Crowder was 5, but I think he got extra for incentives. And that's what brought him. I think it brought him to $1 million. But the kid wants to play. He gives it all. Hey, Jose, how are you? He gives his effort every game, and you got to handle. And he's gotten better on special teams. So and he can be a slot guy. If you're going to play a small game, dink and dunks. This team is primarily going to be running the ball. We know that. That's their main thing. They want to run the and then they'll pass when they see the opportunity to pass. So that's I could see them keeping Tevin Coleman. I don't know if there's any big back in the draft this year. Everyone's really talking about the edge rushers this year.
So what? So now, how would you handle Mims then?
Honestly, you want my opinion? I would work with him. I'd keep him for another year. You're not going to get nothing now. Work with him, maybe get him, because I've looked at some of his highlights from last year. He does cut and he does run some halfway decent routes in the middle. He'll cut in from inside out, and they haven't been doing that. The kid probably has a rough year. I think he needs some confidence built with him. That maybe they need to work with him a little bit more. He does have talent. It hasn't been shown. Maybe his psyche is shot as well.
I wonder if he asked for a trade. Think he goes that route? Like, I don't want to be anymore. Just kind of be like, you know what, it's not a good fit for me.
is he in a position?
I mean, he's
You know what I'm
disgruntled.
saying?
Like, you know what? I don't want to be here anymore. I want to try somewhere else.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, but I mean, at that point, what do you get? A 6th-round pick?
Yeah,
If you can,
And why?
But
I just don't know why the Jets would give him up so low. Having invested a 2nd-round pick, I know it was a different,
You could only get
different offense, different head coach, but
listen,
you would think they'd
buy
at least give him one full year to kind of get acclimated to the new system and see if he could.
I think so too.
He's not making he's not making any money or anything, so.
No, exactly.
Not making any catches either.
But I mean, you can buy a new car, but if the transmission's out, you ain't getting shit for it either. So,
yep.
Well,
once it leaves the lot, it depreciates.
Exactly. But yeah, let's be positive. My God, we're looking forward. We're seeing some progress. There's no reason to be negative. There's nothing.
It's this time of year. It's fucking prime time and Jake.
There's nothing to be negative. Listen, I've seen the Jets go 10 straight wins with Klecko and Gastineau, and then before they played the Miami Dolphins, they lost Klecko, they lost Gastineau, and they lost Marty Lyons. They lost the last 5 games of the season. They went 10-6. Injuries do make a difference.
Well, Kenny O'Brien got hurt too, didn't he? Remember, was that the same? That was
no. This was later. Kenny.
I'm saying that was the other year when they had a big run too, and the quarterback got hurt.
Yeah, prime positions hurt. It's because good teams will pick on that area, and they'll know that they can get by. And right now they're picking up the middle because there's no blocking up. They can mow these guys down. There's no. Like I said, there's no nastiness in this defensive line. They're just getting manhandled, and I don't know why they're letting that happen.
I like that the Ronald Blair always seems to be around the ball for some reason. He just seems to be like I don't know what it is. He just seems
maybe he wants to play more. Maybe
he wants
to play. Yeah, maybe he wants to play more. Maybe he wants more reps. Maybe he's hungry. That's what you want. You want hungry players, not guys that have been in the league and they got their money. It's hard to balance that because guys that have been in the league, they know what the market is going for. Yep. We'll see what happens when the free agency comes. But you're always at the mercy of who's the most popular guy. So who do you bring in? Thank you, Vinny. It's the only haircut I can afford to get. I don't have that much hair to begin with, but hey, let's not worry about the little things, man. Let's just take it at one time. You never know what's going to happen next year.
That's right.
You see, we talk about Patriots did this, but let me tell you something. If I think Miami beats Titans, the New England has to come into Miami, which they lost to Miami because Miami's defense will handle that front line and they become 10-6. Miami loses because they lose twice to the Dolphins in the season. I don't know for sure if that knocks out the Patriots, and if it does knock out the Patriots, if that scenario happens, that's a bad season for the Patriots because they threw all of that money in. I think it's about over $100 million. They threw all that money in and didn't pan out.
Any loss with those guys is great.
Like see it happen first, though. Belichick's got a way to turn this shit around, though.
Yeah, well, he had chances, and he still didn't beat the Colts or the Bills. And so when he faced solid teams, when in good conditions, I think that with the Bills, the first game, I think the Bills lost that game more than the Patriots won that game. I think they took it to the weather prediction more than
that win was ridiculous too.
Yeah. And who's beating that? Quite frankly, who's beating the Chiefs? They're just gelling more and more, both defensively, offensively. It's just a tough team. So, but hey, always keep a smile. Great win on the pond.
Thank you. Of course, man. Of course.
Well,
not exactly a great win.
Well, listen, if you know
Debbie Downer again, just can't enjoy victories around here.
I think when Steve was getting closer, you could see he was getting, a little nervous because. Yeah, and he was like he was stepping back all the way from the table, trying and I guess he lost his focus on that. But primetime was just dipping that ball in that water or whatever that was, and just hitting it. Guys, have a wonderful evening. Let's be happy. We have a good team coming. There's no reason for the negative Nellies. So
that's right. Have a good night, Ephraim.
You too. Be well.
Have a good night, man. Be good.
All right, we're gonna go to Chris. Face off. What's up,
What's up,
man?
fellas? How's it going,
What's
man?
going on, Chris?
Hey,
What's going on, bro?
Not much. Tyson, I got a bone to pick with you to start before we start.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, man, but this is your own doing. This is your own doing. So I watched the video. Now, full disclosure, I don't drink. I'm not going to critique anything with beer pong. Never played, never will. I'm a straight edge kid. Never touched alcohol. Never touched a drug.
Good for you, man.
But yeah, growing up, my cousin, he was a football player, high school football player, and he got killed by a drunk driver.
Oh.
He was literally captain of the high school football team. They actually shut down the school. It was the only time, aside from when we buried our dog, that I saw my dad cry. And I was like, you know what? I'll never put anybody in that kind of position. So it's just,
Respect that for sure.
Yeah. But I was watching the video. I had to. I and prime time and whatchamacallit's commentary, like, oh, it was golden. But I gotta say, the comment about diabetics. I've been diabetic since I was 8, man.
The thing is, if you drink that volume of soda like that, it just can't be healthy.
Yeah, I'm just busting.
And we had water too. Like there were other options. You didn't have to use
There's other options. You could have did water instead of soda. If you want to do soda.
Yo, he had 200 Coca-Colas out there, bro.
But I mean, you were sweating it for a little bit. You could say you weren't. You were sweating it for a little bit. Steve to start out looked like Becton last year, but towards the end, Steve started looking at the.
He ended like Becton too.
He even did one of those at one point. After
he was pumping his chest out and everything. He was.
That's when I knew I had him. Once his confidence got to that level, I knew I had him. Then he was going to choke.
But I mean, all things aside, man, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the game. Like, that was a blast to be in the end zone to see those touchdowns. I mean, I stood on the call last week. I'm team, pro pass rusher 1 and 2. But like I said too, like I would never root for the Jets to lose. If they did end up losing that game, that is exactly how I would like to see them lose, because we got to see what we wanted from Zach Wilson. Like that touchdown run, like any fan, probably aside from Jake, who at this point you got to question his fandom in the first place, man. Like I'm sitting here, I actually think I broke part of the sectional out there because I got up and like I was hopping up like, yo, go. Like you could just tell. I sensed it. I may lose battery here, so if I get cut off, I get cut off. But you could sense a little bit last week, but it feels like it finally slowed down for him, and this game solidified that. And it might. I mean, I know we played the Jaguars, but played without his wide receiver 1, 2, and 3, his entire left side. In the middle of the game, he lost his center. Without half your defense. And he was able to pick up the team and get them down and put them in a position to win. If that isn't a sign of a franchise quarterback, I don't know what the fuck is, and no one could spin that any way other than that for me. But if we're out of the position for one of those two guys, like after watching what Joe Burrow did, this past weekend, sign me up for that. Like Jamison Williams, I think that's his name from Alabama. Like pair him up with Elijah Moore. Bring back Berrios. Yes, I would absolutely do the $6 million for him. Going back to like when, free agency and stuff, I feel like everybody was clamoring for, Curtis Samuel and stuff like that.
Yep. I
feel like we got a better version of Curtis Samuel right now in Berrios.
He's
maybe not as quick, but dude, that guy plug and play almost anywhere, whether those end arounds, returns, like. He's money. He reminds me of a little bit of Corbett, and he's starting to creep into that, fan favorite territory, like getting that cult following, like a Bilal Powell kind of player and stuff like that. So, I'm all about.
I don't think he's close to Corbett. I mean, Corbett was so much better and so much more.
Talent-wise, no, absolutely. Like that.
I mean, he's becoming a very reliable target, which is what you want, because if he's your 4th or 5th guy and he's consistent, if somebody goes out and becomes your 3rd, you feel comfortable with that. But he's a return that could change field position for you, which is something that the Jets could definitely need. So
but what was I going to say? So. I have a little. Hopefully, everybody's Christmas was good. we were doing a little bit of stuff around Christmas. The fiance's father, unfortunately, has been battling cancer and stuff like that, and he has a pretty serious surgery coming up. And come to find out, like it's kind of like a 50-50 if you make it out of it, kind of thing. Yeah, her brother kind of broke that news to her today, so it's been a little rough. So anybody that could put out the good vibes into the universe, prayers whatever
with you, man,
guys
for
do,
sure.
Put it out there. I appreciate it. And I know she will too. But
Lots of press.
so we went a little light on Christmas. We got the wedding coming up, but she came up with a banger of a gift. Tyson, I know you weren't here when I did the show off in the man cave a few weeks back, but what she did is she surprised me with a mini fridge for the man cave. But then she commissioned somebody on Etsy to do like a vinyl wrap, so it's like looks like it was a Jetsman mini fridge. So let me go spin this around for you.
That sounds cool as shit.
Dope. Yeah, your girls are
Now,
missing, bro.
Yeah, you got to let me know
bro.
if you got to let me
I'm
know
gonna
if
be
the
super
angle
jealous
is
of
good
that.
and stuff like that.
Dude,
Oh, that's
Oh,
dope. That's
dope.
crazy.
that's cool as
bro.
shit.
And
Yo,
like,
go a little closer.
I'm jealous
Oh,
as
that's
hell.
The
crazy.
boomer size in Jersey. Wait, when are we getting invited to this man cave? When's the first? When we
Yo!
have like a party or something? What's going on with this?
Tyson, if your ass was on the call instead of going to see that show, you would have got the invite.
Yeah.
No, but for real,
Missed out.
Tyson. Hey,
We already
I-
partied there. You missed it.
I got those hardcore shows around here. Come on down. You're more than welcome to come out and stuff like that.
Bro,
But
I'm down.
Yeah, here's
That's awesome, dude. That's a great present,
Yo,
man.
that joint
Here's the
is
rest
dope,
of it.
bro.
82-inch TV.
Damn.
The other guys saw this. All the
What
the
the
footballs
hell?
and stuff from training camp.
This is some bullshit. We got to be broadcasting from there, man. We're still doing our shows from there.
Oh,
That's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
right back here.
Who the hell's the 11 jersey? Is that Curly?
Yeah, actually, it was Curly's first uniform he scored a touchdown in. So
Damn, dude, that thing
And,
is nice as hell.
yeah, it was a game used Curly jersey, a game used Sheldon Richardson jersey from when he was defensive rookie of the year. And yeah, you were right, Boomer. So and got over here, he got a signed Joe Namath one.
Shit,
So.
man, kid.
Dude, that's
No,
nice
no.
as hell, man.
Yo,
So,
shit, Icebox.
yeah,
That
they,
joint is crazy, bro. Icebox is crazy. I love that, yo. I would have
But
cried
yeah,
for that crib, bro.
so I'm from here in Pennsylvania, Tyson. So we're northeast, so majority Eagles country. So my dad tried raising me to be an Eagles fan, and like it got older. And when I say older, I like 5. Like I wanted my own team.
Right.
So green was close to the color of the Eagles, and Boomer Esiason was the quarterback of the Jets. So to a kid at 5 years old, Boomer was the coolest fucking name in the world. So
Yeah, of
because of
course.
Boomer Esiason, I became a Jets fan. So
We gotta have a party there, man. What the hell? This is crazy. That's
dude,
awesome.
open
Congratulations. That's
invite.
awesome.
I'm not sure. Like, how far are you guys away from like Scranton, Pennsylvania?
I'm not that far.
String?
Maybe like an
Not that
hour
far.
or so. A
You're
little over an
straight?
hour.
Yeah. Well, I'm from Nanticoke, but I know you guys wouldn't know Nanticoke. It's like a town right outside of Wilkes-Barre, so it's like literally a 20-minute ride from Scranton. So,
Dude, we
know,
gotta figure
sync
something
up.
out.
Dude, sync up.
Absolutely.
Come up here, grab some food. Show you some good pizza, or go to a Brazilian steakhouse or something. Come hang out. Come see the cave. Like,
I'm down.
I like a lot of Jet stuff out there, like different podcasts and stuff like that. But like not blowing smoke up your guys' ass or anything. But like when I found your channel when the pandemic hit, like it's just literally like it sounds corny as fuck and cheesy, but like I could just picture me hanging out with you dudes because like just the way like you guys talk and like
You don't want to hang out with Tyrone, man. It's just trouble.
That's how I ended up passed out on the steps outside that club.
I had nothing to do with that. I had nothing to do with that.
Well,
No,
hey,
you showed up late,
So,
motherfucker.
we
It's
told
your
you,
fault.
we told you
He
bring
was
your
on
that
time.
ass
That
on.
doesn't happen.
Yo,
Yeah,
I'll tell you
this though. Like I said, I'm a straight edge kid, so you know what I mean. I'm always the DD, so
Even
like,
better.
definitely need you around.
I serve some kind of purpose. You know what I mean? So
Well, Chris, first of all, thank you for calling in and prayers with your family, man. With that's
Thanks, man.
you know, you
Appreciate
got a lot
that.
going on. So definitely prayers with you. And you need anything, let us know, man.
we'll do, man. All right,
Hey, Chris.
hey everybody, have
Hey,
a
Chris,
hey
tell
Pat.
your-
Yo, what's up,
tell
brother?
and tell your fiance, bro. She's amazing, bro. That's a great
Dude.
gift, bro. Yo, that's
Dude.
a
Nice,
great
dude.
gift, bro. That's a great
She got a
gift.
sister?
No bullshit.
No. Oh, does she? No. So she had a sister, and her sister passed away. She had like a myriad of health concerns. Her family does kind of like on the order of the foundation like you have where they get like toys. So her sister spent a lot of time in the hospital. So they do a thing. It's called the Amber Louise Eckert Foundation, and it's called Operation Amber, where at Christmas time, like they get all the toys, and they, kids in the hospital, but not only them, but their brothers and sisters, because they're affected too with staying there, and they give out scholarships and all different kinds of stuff. So it was last year they actually shut down a Target, not shut down, but they got to go in hours before they opened. It was like around like $20,000 worth of toys they picked up.
So
and
cool, bro.
no, it's really cool. Her family does a lot of cool things.
Dude,
so.
next year when that happens, send us the information, man. We'll help raise money for them too.
Yeah. I mean, I like, I'm not going to be like promoting like Panda, like with his podcast.
Dude, shit like that. Let us know, man. We're always going to help out. So definitely let us know.
Yeah, no, I will, man. I mean, I told her before coming on, I'm like, yeah, go and talk to the guys, and because she peeked in coming back from the gym, and I said like, oh yeah, I'm going to show off the mini fridge that you got me. And like
awesome.
she played it, dude. She played it all cool. Like she took me on like this scavenger hunt. She's like had like sodas for it, and I'm like, what the hell is all this shit? And then she's like, oh, we got to go over your parents, and it was like right there, like sitting in the huge box, man. Like she's just really fucking thoughtful.
Yeah, no kidding.
awesome,
Dude,
bro.
that's awesome.
She's amazing, bro. Great gift.
She's amazing. That's why I'm wifing her up in June. So
Good for you, man.
Congrats.
Chris, have a great night, man. Oops,
Good
I
night,
think
bro.
his computer just died.
Yeah, that shit was
Dude,
dope,
that
bro.
man
I don't
cave
know-
is sick.
Yo, but
Holy
that
shit.
fridge was dope, though, bro.
Damn.
Like, yo, I'm looking at my mini fridge right now. I'm like, yo,
That's
what's going
crazy.
On,
Chris, living the life.
man? Yo.
Thanks for thank you. Well, Sneakers and Boots, thank you, man. It's great meeting you and glad you like the shirt. Absolutely. So we're gonna bring on Mike. What's up, Mike?
What's up, fellas?
How you doing?
What's going on, Mike? How you doing, bro?
Hey, man, I'm doing all right. First and foremost, prayers up to Chris and his family, man.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
you got a lot going on, but good thing he's getting married out there, man. Good thing. But like him, I'm not from New York. I just like the color, and I became a Jets fan. 35 years, man. I've been living through this, man. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. The Cardinals, the past couple weeks haven't been good. But, they got hot, and I got family. I got Cowboy family. I got Cardinals family. They're always telling me every Sunday, man. Mike, why don't you just switch teams, man? All the time. I said, I can't, man. I can't do it. I've been loyal this long. I can't change up now, man. So when we do win that Super Bowl, it's going to feel great. It's going to feel great.
Yes, sir.
You ain't
Yes,
kidding,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got a quick question for you guys, man. I was following Jets X Factor on Facebook, and this is kind of separate from the whole Zach Wilson thing, but he posted a question, and there were some pretty interesting responses on there. So he was saying, should the Jets retire Darrelle Revis' number? And surprising to me, the comment section was pretty split. Now, Darrelle Revis is my favorite. He's my favorite all-time Jet.
Right.
All time. But there was a lot of hate out there. So I just want to know, what did you guys think?
Well, I think the hate comes from the fact that he went to the Patriots and won a Super Bowl there. I think there's some portion of the fan base that never forgave him for that. But just looking at talent alone, he's arguably the most talented player that we've ever drafted in franchise history.
Yeah,
he may not have
That's
won
how
like
I saw
David,
it. Yeah,
but just pure talent-wise, he was at the top of his game. We've never had a position player at the top of his game like that across the NFL, like that much better than the number 2 guy. Is there another example that I'm missing? Was Gastineau that much better? Like when he was,
he had one of the best years in the history of the NFL as a defensive back.
Yeah, it was a 3-4 year stretch where he was by far the greatest corner in all of football.
Yes, sir. Yo, Brad, listen, Revis Island, baby. That says it. That said, yo, what Rex say, yo, he locks down one side of the field, baby, yo. Definitely feel like, yo, he should be retired.
And he did it, and he never got help too. He never had any help.
I think people.
By himself.
I think Prime Time's right. I think it's that he went to the Patriots and got a ring, but he was always about the money because he wanted to make as much money as possible.
That
and
was
also
the second thing they brought up. the
And
money.
also the way he ended things here with the awful performance against the Bills. The must-win game, he played terribly. But you can't when you look at like a grand perspective of all of it, he's one of the best players I've ever seen, dude. Like his play, and this was when like not like the rules now. I mean, he was fighting, like he was following Andre Johnson around or Chad Ochocinco. He took the best receiver of the opposing
Terrell
team,
Owens,
followed
Randy
him everywhere,
Moss,
and took him out of the game.
Randy
Calvin
Moss,
Johnson.
Terrell
I mean,
Owens,
he went toe to toe with
Megatron,
everybody.
the best of the
Yep.
best, bro. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
And held his
I
own
agree.
too.
I agree.
Crazy.
Yeah. Like I said, I was surprised by the responses. There was a lot of hate out there for him, which was surprising to me. Definitely surprising to me.
Yeah,
Second thing I got
crazy.
for you guys though, Zach Wilson. I like what I'm seeing now. I was starting to get a little worried, before the injury, even the first week he came back. I was starting to get a little worried about him. But I'm seeing the progress now. I'm seeing it. It seems like he's starting to get comfortable, especially the running this last game. I thought the past couple of games there was room to get a couple more yards, but he was sliding, right? He was sliding. I thought, well, maybe he's still worried about the knee. But this last game, man, seeing him go out there and run, I thought he was going out of bounds. I thought for sure he was going out of bounds.
Yep.
When he cut back in, made the juke move. Those are things that we like to see. But I do got to ask, I keep seeing this every game. And I say half the time they get it wrong.
Alert.
It's alert.
And
It's a
I just
signal.
think, I think, I don't know. What do you guys say? To me, I think they're still asking maybe they were asking too much from him too soon. And that's where we saw kind of the slow progress. I think he was overwhelmed.
I don't think that part's that complicated. I think you call 2 plays in the huddle, and if you read that the defense is looking for the pass, you adjust to the run, and if they're stacking the line, you call a pass. Or if you're calling a deep pass and you read blitz, you call something short.
Yeah, so they said I watched the JT O'Sullivan, the quarterback club on YouTube. He breaks down all the quarterbacks and does like real in-depth analysis play by play. And the Miami game, he talked a lot about like who took the most blame for all the offense being bad. And he actually said exactly what you said, Mike. He's like, they're putting way too much on Zach Wilson's plate, where it's like he'll put like the 5 hand down. The Michael Carter puts the 5 hand down. Like they do all these, like this kid's got so much going on. It's like almost too much for him right now. That's exactly
how I feel. I feel like it's just way too much for him. But it seems like he's starting to get it now. It's starting to come along. I think there's still times where they think they see what they want. They'll do the alert, and I think that's what it means. Like, hey, this is it. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yep.
But it seems like, hey, this is it. And then a lot of times they may think it's single coverage and it's cover 2, and so I don't know. I just think sometimes they're asking a little bit too much of them. But I like what I see, man. There are some Jets fans out there. I'm on Jets Twitter and Jets Facebook, and good God, and I'm a Yankee fan, man. At least I got one team that makes me happy sometimes.
I'm with you, man.
But sometimes I think Yankee fans, you think they're some of the most bitter, just the worst fans out there. Like nothing can be right. But then I go to Jets Twitter and it's like, oh no. The
only thing worse than Jets Twitter is Jets draft Twitter. You have 45,000 draft experts that are always right and never wrong. Even
that guy Jake you guys had on, man, that was brutal. The Jets could do nothing right. Nothing right. Hey, man, but I got to head out. I got to eat dinner right now. I just thought,
enjoy dinner, man.
Cool. You guys have a good one.
Have a good night, man.
All right. Later.
So our next caller he's one of my favorite callers, but he also gets angry when we do it's usually a 2-hour show. He comes into the chat at 9:55 demanding the link.
Where's the link, man?
And then when he doesn't get the link, he gets all pissed off that, these fucking guys, early show, can't get me on. This is bullshit. I asked for a link 16 times, even though it was at 9:55. But still one of my favorite callers, though. So what's up, man?
What up, fellas? What up? Long time, man.
You're smiling, too. Look at
Drop
you.
the link. Drop the link, man. It's like
nickname.
What's going on, man? It's good to. I'm doing well. Happy holidays to you all.
You too, man.
And Chris, prayers up to you and your family, bro.
Absolutely.
That was a great call. What's going on, man? Yeah, man. I just wanted to chime in. Appreciate the opportunity. It was really good to see progress from our quarterback, Zach. It's been a while. I just want to say the unsung hero, real talk, is Mike LaFleur, man. He's been in his bag lately, and he's been doing a great job, I think, with the issues we've been running into, especially with all the missing pieces and the injuries and whatnot. And it's about time that we didn't have to hold Zach by the hand and have him, stay on the sidelines, and he could be up there and see the field. And he's been doing a great job, and we've been scoring more to start the game. So that's telling us that his weekly prep is actually working this time around. So that's dope. It's real upsetting to see.
Do you
our
have
defense.
notes there? Do you have notes written down?
No, man, I'm going straight off the dome, man.
I thought for sure you're looking down at notes right now. I'm like, oh.
Nah, no notes, man. Straight off the dome, man. It's it's just passion, man. This is my squad, bro. And the last caller, Chris, he put my man cave to shame. That was upsetting to see.
But going back to Zach Wilson for a second, though. So to me, it looks like slowly but surely the game's slowing down from a little bit more, and he's starting to trust himself. And when he was struggling the most, I thought he could have ran more, where he had open lanes to run, and he's sitting there trying to force throws. He's kind of like, now it seems like he's playing a little more naturally, which is gonna pan out. But I think he made a really good point about LaFleur, man, where he went up in the booth, and it seems like we actually see what his play calling is, and he's trying to maximize the strengths of everybody. He's saying, listen, I got shifty guys. We're going to do, end arounds or this and that, whatever else, all these trick plays. It seems like he has his rhythm. He has he's establishing his own identity now for his offense, which is cool.
Correct. Yeah. It definitely, everything you said about, LaFleur, he's been real great. And it's so funny how we were going at his neck at the beginning of the year, and to see how things kind of flourish throughout the season. It's kind of like, all right, shut up. Because I was definitely one of those dudes, right? I've been saying it ever since we hired him. I'm like, 49ers didn't want to, they were okay to see him leave. Could he really develop our guy? And I guess none of us really knew how long it was going to take Zach to develop, but he's getting there, and it's good to see the progress. Now, I'm sure we all want to see him, be doing, production like some of those QBs last year, but he's not that guy. So we just got to kind of ride it out.
Even bigger though, we're seeing the production without. I mean, Tyson, you were just saying it. We're seeing the production without so many guys out there. The top 3 receivers were all out. We had 3 offensive linemen that were all out. Even the games that were, where Zach Wilson was out, we had 3 different quarterbacks that all played well. And you look back, the Gase offenses. We had Luke Falk out there, or even the games with Josh McCown. Those were some of the worst offenses we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we were missing just a few pieces here and there, it seemed like the whole thing just collapsed. Whereas now, especially late in the season, after these guys have had 15 weeks to kind of learn the system, you're actually seeing progress, and you're actually seeing guys able to fill in, which is huge. Yeah,
it is pretty cool to see. And it's exciting to see where we go down the road. I am really concerned, however, with our defense. It's just been week after week after week after week. It's like every QB we go against tears us apart. And I get it. They're dealing with all types of injuries. We got people from the corner that we're signing, off the strap, and then, they're going out there, but the fact that we can't stop the run as a Jets fan, as long as I've watched this team, man, we didn't get ran on like this. Rex used to always put a sign on the sideline, and it was the 3 rules of his defense. And number 1 was stop the run. That's just since little league.
So, but do you think, and this is, I'm really curious about this answer for you, is do you think it's the scheme, the coaching, or the players?
That's a great question. So I think Salah's scheme is whack. I really do. I think it's literally predicated on great players, but I think he's got the teaching mentality to develop people to play fundamental football, and we're not there yet, right? This is the first thing. It's from what we've experienced as Jets fans with the 3-4 and the different complexities and all these different variations of it. To see this, it's basic stuff. Now, I think we're also very, very limited on the talent. We're very depleted there, right? At specific spots. And I'm not a huge fan of the rotation.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
You're going to talk about this. We're void of talent. Can you tell me where is the talent lacking on this defense?
Oh, sure. I mean, it's lacking in the secondary. It's lacking at areas of our linebacker depth, right?
Secondary. Wait, hold on. You think the secondary is a problem?
No, I'm not saying as far as the talent. When we came into this season, right, we knew the talent. We were depleted. Where we were depleted was actually in our secondary, right?
Right.
Our corners, we had young corners, right? We didn't we didn't sign anybody or anything like that. But surprisingly, they haven't necessarily been the issue, right? We know the issue has come down to this BS of a rotation we have going on in the defensive line and not having run stuffing guys. And we signed a bunch of guys that can go after the quarterback, but they're still not really doing that.
So you're saying the Jets are lacking run stuffing guys? Didn't they stuff the run last year with almost the same players?
Yeah. I guess you could say some of that is that would have to be the scheme then, right? However,
you're the expert here, man. I'm trying to understand.
However, I also think the issue that's going on here is the fact that this guy we don't have the defensive line depth, right? We may have a few big guys up front. However, he does this rotation thing. And I understand he wants these guys to be going 100 miles an hour, and he feels like if they're going 60-70% of the game, they won't be able to. But we don't have the players to do that. And he won't shift, and that's what we're looking at. So I think he's going to decide to get more guys in there.
How many guys do you need? You have Fadakasa, you have Rankins, you have Quinnen Williams, you have Franklin Myers, you have Kyle Phillips, you have Nathan Shepard, you have all these guys that everybody likes.
Nathan Shepard, come on.
Okay, take him out, but he's still how many? If he's your third or fifth, in terms of depth, they don't have depth on the offensive. No, I agree with you,
Rankins is a good defensive lineman, but he's not a run stuffing defensive lineman. Let's be serious, right? Some guys have superpowers, right? As our coach would say.
Oh no, don't
run stuffing ain't that, right? We only have really two guys. We really only have two defensive linemen that can stop the run on most plays, right? And those guys just so happen to be getting double teamed. And for some reason, we don't have Fadakasi and we don't have Sheldon Rankins playing together quite often on the field because they're on this BS rotation. Yeah. And so I definitely say I see where you're going here, right? The scheme, like I said, to start this thing is kind of whack, right? I want to see more, and it's unfortunate. So we'll see what happens when we decide to get more depth players to this team.
Do you have more of a problem with them not being aggressive? That's more of my issue. Is the base defense? It's like it's not blitzing, no pass rush. I don't care about the cornerback. That's more issue for me.
Yeah, and I agree with you. It's like we could see it, like it's these corny like zones. Yep. Guys are crazy deep in coverage when it's like 3rd and 7 or shorter than that. And you're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, step up, man, press up or something. But they unfortunately don't want to do all these exotic blitzes because they feel like that's going to stress their secondary where we said going into the year they were weaker at. But they just there's been a few disappointing players on the linebacker level, right? CJ Mosley's doing his thing, and it was great to see Quincy doing his thing. But like other than those guys,
tackles, bro.
That's all we got. Yep. So it's like we're struggling in those spaces, and then Ashton Davis, boy, man, that guy. Woo, what a miss.
Mr. Bad. What's crazy is Mr. Bad Angle.
But what's crazy is both guys this week played better than Ashton Davis the last couple of weeks, and these guys aren't even. They're just one guy was signed, the other guy was learning how to play safety.
Yeah.
Hey, but one of the kids the kid was just signed. He's from San Francisco right before, right? That's why
Eagles.
A little bit?
I think so.
Oh no, there was another guy because Park's from the Eagles, isn't he? Well, the other guy was from I forget.
Yeah, and I mean now
we've only had like 8 safeties already this year.
Yeah,
they're not all Jared Wilson. You know what I mean?
Prime time. It's bad when you don't know. We like, who is that guy?
Wilson, Eastman. We had Red Wine back there.
Red Wine.
That was your favorite guy, Hugh, right? Red Wine.
Oh, I almost broke a chair because of him.
I know you guys probably have other callers, but I do want to talk about it since we're talking about Ashton Davis and how abysmal the 2020 draft was for Joe D. You got to give Joe D his credit. He's definitely done some things right. he's got an opportunity to kind of, set the true foundation for our team for probably, hopefully the next decade plus. But that first year is rough, bro. And to people, I think sometimes people forget the context of that draft, the context of where we were as a team and where we needed to go. We needed wide receivers. It was like the deepest wide receiver draft in over like a decade.
Best ever.
We needed offensive linemen. And yet, look what happened in our fourth round. Look what happened in our third round that year. And it's really just upsetting to see Mims and even Becton. I'm disappointed in Joe D because I understand he was looking at those guys' talent, but you see what happened. What he did this year. He drafted guys with talent and they have it between the ears. Although Zach is still a question mark, but all those other guys he drafted, they have it between the ears. They were captains for their teams. They are leaders. And that is definitely not Mims, and that's definitely not even Becton, and, we don't even have to talk about the rest of the people that they drafted that year. Bryce is coming along. He's a leader, that's kind of cool. And, it would have been nice to see our punter score a touchdown, but, Jody's got a lot to prove, man. He's got a lot to prove, man. And then I just hope he can get things done. I was indifferent if we lost or won this past week, because I understood what that meant for us. There's still a lot of good players. There's still a lot of good ed rushers this year. That kid at Florida State looks like he's going to be a stud. Even the guy at Purdue looks like he's going to be a stud. So, we can definitely, I think personally, I know this isn't the draft talk, but I just think we needed to solidify our offensive line and defensive line with those picks. I think with those premium picks, I understand the wide receiver you guys were talking about earlier from Alabama. Before I get to him real quick, and I apologize for going on too long, but it's important to solidify your line of scrimmage and guys that can impact your line of scrimmage on a week in and week out basis. And that's what we need to focus on in the early part of the draft. I understand why you want to go wide receiver, but this kid.
But can't you do that? Can't you do the offensive line in free agency and then you can go to the draft? You can go receiver early.
Yeah, that's true. But man, I mean, you always got to wonder why some of these teams are letting some of these free agents walk. And man, it's a gamble. And so is the draft too. But I mean, look what's going on with a lot of our free agent pickups, man. And and that's where our money's at, right? Richard Cimini put it out, we got a lot of money that's just on the, that's chilling on the sidelines this year, right? So that's why I'm a huge advocate of the draft. So, we'll see where you go. But as far as that guy from Alabama, he's explosive. He looks like, you watch his highlight tapes and things of that nature. But when you really watch a lot of his film, he's like, there's nobody pressing him, right? There's nobody squared up like we're going to mano y mano. And look at our defensive coordinators. Like those guys play press man, and we need receivers who can beat that, right? And that's why Elijah Morgan is coming to his own. But we don't have enough of those guys.
Yeah.
And I'm not exactly sure if that guy out of Alabama has done that.
Because Ohio State receivers are pretty nice too, man.
They are, but a lot of them, I mean, if you look, they're not being pressed. They're not being challenged. Like,
You're just killing my dreams right now.
Sorry. I mean, it's just something we got to look at, to be honest with you, with the defensive coordinators we have in our division. And if we really want to battle with them, we need guys who can man up.
It just seems like no matter what, just seems like any
get
of those
separation
come out of Alabama
and go get that damn football. And we don't really have that right now. But, I love you guys, man. I appreciate the time.
Happy New Year to you and your family,
Happy
man.
New Year.
Man.
Y'all be safe, man. And as you know, go Jets and F the haters, yo.
Have a good night.
We got one right here. Our defense is a 3-4 trying to run a 4-3 without edge rushers, which you need to win their one-on-ones while Q and John Franklin Myers are inside getting double teamed. We're running a 5-2 sometimes, it seems like.
Yeah.
They do all kinds of weird arrangements. I think Jared Davis is on the COVID list now too, so there goes another linebacker out the list. So
definitely hurt losing Lawson though. I think that had a huge ripple effect overall on the defense.
I think that hurt the most, bro. Like, losing him, it just ripped everything apart.
All right. This is where the show takes a turn.
I'm so excited for this.
What's up, man?
Nothing. How was your Christmas, or as they would say where I'm from? ¿Cómo estuvo tu Navidad?
What? Come again? Huh?
Well, in Spanish, that's Spanish for "How was your Christmas?"
Oh, dude, it was awesome. Mine was really good. How was yours?
It was good, it was good. I seasoned a pernil, a pork shoulder.
Wait, you
And
had pork shoulder?
yeah,
pulled pork?
it's what Puerto Ricans have for Christmas. We make a pernil pork. We roast a pork shoulder.
Nice.
What else do you have with it? Do you have like all kinds of like cakes and stuff like that afterwards, like big desserts or no?
No, we're not dessert. No, I'm not really right now. I have a couple cavities, so desserts are kind of I'm avoiding them right now.
But in general, do you usually serve desserts or no?
No, we just have a couple. We just buy a couple pies. That's it. It's generally the dinner is the big meal. Then we just go if we want dessert, then we have dessert.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like eggnog and stuff or no?
Oh no, we're Puerto Rican, so we drink coquito.
Oh,
Hey,
there you go.
Is it me? As a vision that he's on a spaceship right now.
Oh, because the lights in the background. Yeah, you got the glare behind you. You're like,
It's lights are. So
how'd you enjoy the game? Sunday?
Hold on. Before we even talk about the game, there's something much more important that we have to get to. So last time you were on the stream, you abruptly kind of left us. What the hell happened? What was going on?
Yeah,
we need a breakdown.
Honestly, I can't remember. Let's get to this weekend.
No.
Okay. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Zach Wilson?
I thought Zach this was. I mean, look, you had as perfect a weekend as you could have for a Jets fan. Zach Wilson was good. The Jets win. The Panthers lose. The Seahawks lose. And the Patriots lose with Mac Jones looking like trash. So that always puts a smile on my face.
So were you going into the game? Were you rooting for a win or a loss?
I was rooting for a win. I wanted to see Zach play well. I wanted to see this team play well. I did not want to lose to the Jaguars. I just did not want to lose to the Jaguars. Just did not.
Okay. So
I did not want to lose to Darrell Bevel and Brian Schottenheimer.
No, I agree. So so Zach Wilson played good. What'd you think about the defense? Were you surprised how they played considering all the guys that were out?
I was surprised. I'm just surprised I'm surprised Jacksonville didn't run on us more. I mean, I know James Robinson went down, but even then your backups probably would have torched us. But as Napoleon once said, never correct your opponent when he makes a mistake.
That's what Napoleon says.
Sal's going to be using that within like the next 2 weeks.
Yes, absolutely. So what are your expectations the next 2 weeks? Now the Jets, Zach Wilson's gone 3 games in a row, no turnovers. Everybody seems pretty encouraged, but you're probably going to play one of the best teams in the NFC and then a top team in the AFC. So what are your expectations?
I'm not anticipating any wins right now. I'm just anticipating, growth, fighting, putting up effort. And I mean, it's going to be an interesting game because already the Tampa's down their head coach and a couple players already.
Yep. Prominent players.
I mean,
man.
everybody's dropping like flies at this point. I'm thinking maybe because it's Tampa, they might give them a break. They might give us a break and give us extra time off.
No, I don't think so.
Vince, I got a question, Vincent. So, man, what are you doing for the New Year's, man? How are you bringing yours in, man?
That's good.
I don't know. I'm just probably gonna probably spend the day with my family. That's probably it. Nothing special.
No celebration night, no tequila, and nothing wild stuff.
No, nothing. I'm working on New Year's Eve, so I'm gonna be probably
working. How late do you work on New Year's?
Well, how long we're working 3 to 9 on New Year's.
Oof. You still hold the time to have some like ghost peppers and tequila.
Yeah, go out.
I'm Puerto Rican. It's rum. Rum's the poison.
You don't have tequila?
I'm Puerto Rican. Rum's the poison.
What does that mean?
I know plenty of Puerto Ricans.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
So when are you gonna play more music for us, man? You haven't played songs for us in a while.
Well, when I get some new strings for my guitar.
How are your dogs doing, by the way?
Doing good. My sister finally took her dog out of the house, so there's no more fighting. They did not get along, so that's good. I don't have to worry about like one of them ripping the other's head off.
That's always good. That's good. Well, that's good. So things are going good in your household. Everything's good.
Yeah, everything's going good. Obviously, besides my mouth always in constant pain.
What's wrong with your mouth, Vince?
You should go to a dentist. He's got cavities. He already said that.
Dude, I did go to a dentist, and then he told me everything was wrong.
Oof.
He didn't fix it.
He didn't
Sounds expensive.
But no, it is. It's like no, it's because he told me we didn't have an open slot until February to fix it.
Oof.
Ouch.
That sucks. Damn.
Well, that's where
thanks
you didn't sell your just real quick. You didn't sell your level of pain threshold enough. Like if you called in like crying, like screaming in pain, like they'll find a way to fit you in. So sell that shit a little bit more. Like let them know like you're really in pain.
A little too late for that, but no. So I want to ask you this one comment before I go. What in your mind is the definition of a player taking over an NFL game?
A player taking over an NFL game means they're completely dominating. They're unstoppable. Like there's times that Patrick Mahomes has been like that. Lamar Jackson's been like that. Aaron Rodgers has been like that. Aaron Donald's had
I've been trying to explain this to like Patriots fans ever since like Mac Jones had his two like lousy games that he doesn't. They're thinking just because he has a high passer rating that he's taking over games.
No,
like,
not at all.
Ridiculous.
Taking over games when you're unstoppable. Like there's times when Lamar Jackson gets rolling, no matter what he does, running, throwing, you can't stop him. Mahomes, Rodgers, those are elite level players. Like, in like primetime mentioned, Aaron Donald on defense, where he's unblockable. He just disrupts the game.
I'm talking about a game like when I was telling him when you take over a game, it's like you are the biggest reason that team wins the game. Like if you take him out, there's a good chance they probably don't win that game. That's taking over the game, and for some reason, this Patriots fan can't seem to can't comprehend that concept. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, there was times where Revis changed the game because Revis would shut down the opponent's best receiver and make their offense one-dimensional.
What was that? The 9/11? He did that in the 9/11 game against the Cowboys
with Des Bryant. Took Des Bryant out of the game.
And then Nick Folk hit the game winner. If I remember correctly.
Yes, sir. See,
good memory.
We got answers for you. Vincent, have a good night, man. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Vincent, you're my favorite caller.
Have a good night,
Happy
man.
New Year, bro. All right.
See, that wasn't too bad.
I'm still mad that we didn't get a background story.
He won't tell us.
He didn't know. He forgot. John, leave him alone.
Go back. Let's see. We missed a bunch of.
That go to the dentist comment was really good though, bro. That's kind of funny though. I don't want someone else.
I mean, I can relate. I get lots of shit. My teeth, but yeah, you got to get that shit taken care of.
What the hell? Before we go to next car, what are you doing for New Year's, Tyrone? Big family party?
Yes. Yeah. We're gonna go.
Another thing we're not invited to. This is some bullshit.
Nah, man.
No,
come on, to you, bro. Listen, come on. We're going to my brother's house, play a little cards, drink a little bit, then we like to let some things off. So we're going to my mom's house. She live in the country, so we're just gonna let them bring it in right. What about you guys? What y'all doing?
I was supposed to 2 parties I was supposed to go to. Both were canceled because of all this COVID shit going on. So
yeah, that's how.
Maybe
so where are we partying then?
I gotta figure something out, dude. I can't. I'll be streaming at this rate.
Did y'all talk?
You want to go to Florida anyway? Fuck it.
What'd you say, Tyrone?
Did y'all see anything about John Madden passing away?
Yeah, we started with that. That was because I'm old, dude. Because for me, it was like John Madden and Pat Summerall, man. They were like the voices of the NFL.
Bro,
they taught me so much.
Hey,
right?
bro, bro, how many times we went Sunday watching them guys talk, man? That was crazy, man. That's crazy. So yeah.
No, they taught you the game. They became broadcasters with a personality. Like they changed the way a game was watched. Like, I forgot who was mentioned earlier, but they had the telestrator and all these different things. It changed it, man. It's definitely a big loss. He's an icon for sure. Yes, so we will go to see now this poor guy. I feel bad for him because, I told him. Now you guys were my witness. I told Jose weeks and weeks and weeks ago, your team is the Titanic. Get off the ship and become a Jets fan. It'd be so much easier. Did I not tell him prime time? I told him. Russell Wilson will be gone. Pete Carroll's going to quit. Your team's going to suck worse than the Jets, and you're going to be a miserable season. And Jose wouldn't listen to me. So he has his warnings. He mocked the Jets. And meanwhile, we're going in a much better direction than his clowns are. So
That's why he's wearing the shirt.
You guys.
Jose!
guy.
What's up, bro?
My guy.
What's up, man?
and you beat Cassandra in fantasy too. This is a win-win for everything.
Oh, even
Yes,
better.
I did.
Beautiful. Love hearing that.
Yes, I did.
Way to go, Jose.
The wicked
What's up, bro?
So Jose, I got 2 words for you, Jose.
Yes.
Let's start this show right.
Yes.
Nick Foles.
Ding, 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 ding. Shots fired.
No shots fired.
Yep.
No shots fired.
Touchdowns fired.
No,
Y'all was
whatsoever.
winning, Jose. Hey, look, you thought your ass was gonna win, didn't you? I know you were happy.
did.
huh?
Yeah.
You got to the bag.
Yeah.
Came back and spanked that ass.
Jose's
Yeah.
rooting for a Jet draft pick now.
How was the game? How was the game that you went to?
You mean the Seahawks? Right.
Yeah.
That I went to. I think I got COVID on it, so it wasn't that great.
Oh, shit.
That's
Haven't gotten tested. Don't want to get tested.
the test.
Probably
Sucks.
not gonna get tested.
It takes 2
Tested
seconds.
because I don't want to be a statistic, but we'll see.
Dude, I've been
Anyway.
tested like 10 times already. Don't worry about it. It's easy. It takes like 5 seconds.
Oh, I know. I've been tested 3 times myself. It's just
Can't do like the spit
a
one.
pain in the neck.
It's a pain in the nose.
How
That's
come-
weird.
why is it whenever I get COVID, something good happens to the Jets? Last time I got COVID, you guys just drafted Zach Wilson in the AVT. I get COVID. This time and the Jets win. What is it with me and COVID? And the Jets actually doing good.
Well, hopefully that trend will change. We
I
don't
was
want to
just
see you
saying,
getting
I don't
COVID.
want to root for that.
Seattle ain't doing good, though, Jose. Hey, man, come on, listen, man, bro. Look, bro, we love you.
Tyrone.
Come on over, baby. Come on.
Tyrone.
You always talking shit, and I'm tired of
Tyrone.
seeing you go through this shit right now.
Tyrone. Tyrone. I only take grief from these 2.
That's right.
These 2 at least show up.
Whoa.
You've been the last.
Damn.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen.
Damn.
I show up all the time, Jose. What happens is sometimes, you know what I'm saying, Tyson doesn't send me the link, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and sometimes,
You had the link last night.
We're on the same email. We're on the same email.
Sometimes Tyrants can't read email.
Yeah.
Oh, it goes to spam sometimes. That's what you meant, right?
That's right.
Yes.
Hey, listen, man, all this negativity, man, going to a new year, man, positive vibes only, man. We said that, man.
Tyson.
Yes, sir.
Tyson,
Keep it play.
Tyson, you can send me the email and you won't have to worry about paying me.
I mean, he already paid me some shit. Do what you need to do, big fella. I got mine. You know what I'm saying? Check drop, baby.
The check drop.
We got to
I
get
hope
you. We got to get you a trust the process shirt, Jose.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. Looks like I'm gonna need it.
You know what, Jose? Send me your address again, dude. I need your address. Direct message me your address. We got to get you a new shirt.
It's in the DMs. It's in the.
Well, fuck, did I delete those things? How many DMs we get?
All
We get a lot.
right.
I think I still have it. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
If not, I'll send it to you again.
Yep.
Hey, Jose, are you ready to come over, though, bro? Are you ready to convert?
Russell was
Writing's
in
on the
these.
wall.
Yes.
He already converted.
If Russell was in these, yes, I'll convert.
See,
The good
and
thing is,
this pain could have all been avoided, Jose. I warned you months ago this was going to happen.
the good thing is, I'm getting a new room built so I can put our jet stuff in it.
There you go.
All right, man. Congratulations, bro.
Now, the last time the one night I came on the stream and to do a shotgun. This time I have the 1-9. And Jake makes me take a shot of tequila with his bonehead call. Good grief. What the hell was that?
I don't know, man. That's a rough one.
I even put in the chat. I'm taking a shot, not kidding. Exclamation point.
Of all the things I could have seen Wilson potentially get ripped for on the show tonight, the 52-yard touchdown,
Yep.
that was the last thing I saw. Any indication? How?
Yep.
How?
What the hell
How?
is that? Okay, I am gonna say one thing. I do not agree with taking a wide receiver in the first round.
What?
Which one? Let me finish. The difference between the Bengals taking Jamar Chase for Joe Burrow is those two already had knew each other like the back of each other's hands. They already played together at LSU. Unless there's a stud receiver comes out of BYU that I don't.
Come on,
No,
man. It doesn't
that
matter
is
what
gonna
school you go to, man.
take time to.
I mean, he's got good chemistry now with Elijah Moore.
He did with Joe Burrow. Yeah,
What do you think about Eminem's new song, Jose?
yeah, but that took what? 10. What? Oh,
What do you think about Eminem's new song?
I haven't listened to it.
Come
I
on,
haven't listened
man.
to it.
I haven't either.
You're supposed to be the rap guy. You're supposed to be the rap guy on this. How do you not? What kind of shit is that?
I've had COVID. What?
That means
What
you
do you
have more
want me
time to
to
listen
do?
to music.
The holidays,
good
yeah,
grief.
COVID,
Exactly.
going to Seahawk game.
Where I got COVID.
Yeah,
I
Eminem
blame
and
the
Dr. Dre.
NFL.
How could you not listen to that, man?
I blame the NFLPA. They're the reason. They're the reason the game wasn't canceled. Because God forbid practice players don't get paychecks.
Yep. The NFL doesn't care, man. They're all about just the show must go on, make the money. They don't care.
Anyway, how you guys gonna celebrate New Year's?
We're going to Tyrone's house.
I know I'm gonna get drunk and not wake up Saturday, but I can live with that. And I am 8 subscribers away from 300. So
Are you really? Damn.
If anybody wants to see me stream the college playoffs on Friday night, I'll be doing that on Friday.
I thought we were doing that.
Oh,
You're competing against us? No, I'm only kidding, dude. I'm only kidding. Dude.
What?
Yeah, college football
we might have
playoffs.
to go live Friday night though.
If they don't, I will. Even if they do, I will. What? What did you say, Tyrone? You're cutting out. Repeat that.
I think he's frozen.
I said, who's your picks for the college playoffs?
Alabama and Michigan. Alabama and Michigan.
There's your
But
buddy. There's your buddy Panda.
Oh, good grief.
Let's see. What's
What?
Jose's channel again? What's your name of your channel, Jose?
Seahawks, Jose Rodriguez.
There you go. When are the shirts ready the shirts they've been ready to buy, man? We've already mailed them all out. They're ready now,
Yes.
Matt. We got them going.
That's why I'm wearing mine, man.
Prime Time's wearing it right now.
And so am I.
I hate
Guys,
Alabama.
guys, thank you for having me.
Happy New Year, Jose.
Thank you for joining us, man. Happy New Year,
bro. Love you, man.
God bless. Love you all.
Love you too, man.
And if you ever need a call, you know who to call.
Yep. Not Tyrone, that's for sure.
Talk to you guys later.
Have a good night, man.
You too.
Have a good night.
How did he not hear the new Eminem song? Even I heard that.
It's the holidays.
Come on, man.
Busy.
That's some nonsense. Oh yeah, see, no, it's our bad too, man. We haven't updated the site. It says pre-sale, but they're ready to go. So that's my bad. We haven't updated it. because like we're sold out of like all the hoodies and long sleeve shirts. So, Tyrone salty now? How's that? He's not salty.
Nah, not at all.
All right. So what do we? So Friday night we usually do our preview show, but then it's New Year's Eve night. So Tyrone's definitely gonna be out. He's gonna be partying.
Which means we got to
No, what time
go live
are
at
you
the
gonna
bar
do
or something.
What time are you
I'm
gonna
off
start
Friday.
it, though?
You can do whatever you want.
What time are
I'm
you gonna
off.
start it?
You tell me.
What time you talking about starting?
We're not doing a real show Friday night, are we?
Yeah, dude, I have no plans right now.
Well,
we can just do videos.
we're going out somewhere. We'll do videos from the bar where we're out somewhere.
We'll do a preview show. I think Tom Brady is going to throw for 300 yards.
I say we go to a bar and we
Yes,
just like interview random people about the game. I think that would be more entertaining than doing like an actual live stream.
So, first of all, we want to thank everybody that joined us. Thank you for buying all the shirts and like that. We definitely appreciate it. Almost, I think 98% of things have been mailed out. So that's all done. Tyrone, Happy New Year's to you and your family, because I'm sure we won't talk to you till probably Sunday or Monday. So Happy New Year.
Appreciate it, bro. Hey, same to you guys. I love you guys. Everybody in the chat, yo. I love Jet Nation. Yo, trust the process, baby.
Trust the process.
Prime time to you and your
Everybody.
family.
Yep.
Happy New Year, you and yours.
Have a good night, guys.